for second place in this league, Matt. Of course, the Cardinals stumbling in to 9-12 on the year, now 7th in the league, tied with the Guelph Royals for 6th spot in the league. Sorry, the Kitchener Panthers for 7th in the league.
Yep, the losing streak for these Cardinals is now up to 4, and the record is down to 9-12. They played exactly 21 games, Neil, and they are on pace at the exact halfway point of the season to finish with the very same 18-24 record that they did last season. So no question, some things to clean up here, and today's as good a time as any to start.
Well, exactly. You and I were talking off the air before the game started and everything else. We've just not played well on the weekends.
Yep, and this is a weekend league.
This is a weekend league. We just not played well. Friday night's been okay. Saturday, Sunday have left lots to be desired. We're still looking for that first victory on a Sunday. So who knows?
The following is a C14 Sports presentation.
Welcome once again to Bernie Arbor Stadium. Neil Sherwaspa and Matt Creeley on the call here on Cardinals Baseball on Cable 14 as the Cardinals are taking the field this afternoon in front of the Challenger Baseball Association teams and everything else, doing a great job of warming them in here, Matt. The Cardinals have got a little bit of work to do here.
That they do, Neil, and the London Majors are going to be in town for their first visit to Bernie Arbor of this regular season. The first time the Majors have been here, of course, since Game 4 of the quarterfinal series last year, in which London sunk the Cardinals 3-1 in that first-round playoff series. They renewed their rivalry on Father's Day with yet another close contest that went London's way in extra innings. And they're going to renew it here on the home side tonight.
We'll just flip the lineups up now. You see Leoki Penny is going to lead things off in left field. Brandon Nickel, Tyler Duncan is batting third. Carlos Domingos is fourth. Nico Catato's the birthday boy, celebrating in the DH spots. Tanner Rempel's at first base. Bernardo behind the plate. Tommy Reyes Cruz at second base. And Jaden Brown is at third base. We'll pause for the anthem here. With the anthem once again here on a Sunday afternoon as Cable 14, Neil Sherwaspa, Matt Creeley. Welcome you back here above the Bird's Nest at Bernie Arbor Stadium. We're visiting London Majors, fresh off a tough loss in extra innings yesterday to the Barrie Bay Cats, getting walked off at Athletic Culture Stadium. Looking to bounce back against these Cardinals. Majors 14-9 on the season. And currently tied with the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, the upstart Barnstormers, for second place in this league, Matt. Of course, the Cardinals stumbling in to 9-12 on the year, now 7th in the league, tied with the Guelph Royals for 6th spot in the league. Sorry, the Kitchener Panthers for 7th in the league.
Yep, the losing streak for these Cardinals is now up to 4, and the record is down to 9-12. They played exactly 21 games, Neil, and they are on pace at the exact halfway point of the season to finish with the very same 18-24 record that they did last season. So no question, some things to clean up here, and today's as good a time as any to start.
Oh, exactly. You and I were talking off the air before the game started and everything else. We've just not played well on the weekends.
Yep, and this is a weekend league.
This is a weekend league. We just not played well. Friday night's been okay. Saturday, Sunday have left lots to be desired. We're still looking for that first victory on a Sunday. So who knows? Maybe today will be the day. As Enrique Saldana will take the ball for the Cardinals here against the London Majors. Toby Simmons will lead things off for the Majors. Francisco Ferdaro, the shortstop, will bat second. Eduardo Deolio is batting third, the catcher. Brad Verhoeven, who's doing a lights-out job at first base since getting the job for the departed Caden Cardoso. He's at first base. Josh Niles of St. Thomas, named as former Cardinals, is batting fifth. Tucker Zednik. Ken Sugi's in right field. Dre Emerald at second base. And Ty Mosher, the DH, in the 9 spot today, as Saldana will work here against Toby Simmons. Chris Walters is the plate umpire today. Scott Cameron and Ben Mercer at that third. Rounding out the umpires. First pitch is in there for a ball from Saldana. Simmons swings and misses that offering. 1-1 is the count now.
As we take a look at Saldana getting his first Sunday home start of the season for the Cardinals, wearing their alternate reds. Hasn't started his Cardinals tenure the way he's wanted, an 11.45 ERA through his first 3 appearances.
That it is, and it was an 0-2 record, 11 strikeouts, 6 walks. So the strikeouts to walks ratio is not too bad, but the ERA is kind of concerning as far as that everything else goes. But he's also been a victim of circumstances, a couple of tough games against the Jackfish and company. As Simmons fouls that one off, Bernardo will retrieve it, and the count now is 2-2 here. As we're just going here, and of course Simmons is also the winning batter of the day. Denninger's hot dogs, if he strikes out here, will be half off for the next half inning. Simmons fouls another one off himself, and the count will remain 2-2 here.
Yeah, it's still early enough in Saldana's time in a Hamilton uniform to look at things at a game-by-game level, and in his team debut in Chatham, he had a good start. The offense just didn't pick him up. Nope. His second start against Kitchener was quite messy, and the third start against Welland was kind of just a tale of a few innings. He was rolling right along to start, and then in the 5th, it all fell apart.
The 5th inning, the whole team fell apart behind him, unfortunately, too. A lot of errors in that inning. But look back to the start in Chatham-Kent, you know, he had an opportunity, just a mistake to Robert Mackey that went over the fence. That was the difference in the ball game. The Cardinals offense once again just sputtering and on Saturdays and Sundays for sure. The winning batter has struck out here in the first inning. That's a first. And Francisco Fajardo will be the batter down with one away. And you can just see the kids already making their way down the stairs here to get those discounted hot dogs.
Yeah, what a way to start the Weenie Man Sunday here.
They're pushing each other out of the way to get down the stairs that are here. People love those Denninger dogs.
That's one way to get the most out of that promotion. Just choose leadoff guy.
Ground ball hits by Fajardo over Tommy Reyes Cruz, and there's 2 away. 4-3 goes your put out for the second out of the inning. One of 4 games in the Intercounty today. The only afternoon game is us, of course. And Brantford taking on Welland this afternoon at a 2:05 start as well. Kitchener and Toronto is a 5 o'clock start, and then, of course, not officially on the schedule, at least not yet anyways, but Guelph is in Barrie tonight for a 7:05 start against the Royals in Barrie tonight in a rainout makeup. Not an easy schedule for a lot of guys, that's for sure. As that first offering from Saldana is in there for a strike, count 0-1 on Eduardo Deolio. That one misses in the dirt and gets away from Bernardo, and the ball girl, Chris Piano's daughter, will go out there and get that baseball.
And Deolio is doing what Deolio does. To start the year, he's hitting .352 with 6 bombs and 19 ribbies, leading the team in the latter category there.
That he is. That one misses just outside. And the count now 2 balls, 1 strike on the Olio.
And going back to that playoff series last year, it was his home run here in Game 4 over the left center field wall that was the backbreaker, extending London's lead to 4-1, and that would be the final score. And so went the Cardinals' 2024 season.
Time called by the Olio. Saldana taking a little too long to get that next pitch across here. Him and Bernardo not on the same page right now. It looks like by the sign, so Saldana gets one he likes this time. Big swing and a miss on that one by DeOlio. And the count is 2-2 with 2 away now.
Yeah, Saldana right on right. Looks like he pulled the string there. It's hard to tell the exact pitch type from this angle, but looked like it could have been a right on right change and hitter's count. Ballsy, but it works.
2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. DeOlio goes down on strikes here. Saldana gets out of the first inning unscathed. No base runners allowed. But a couple of punch-outs, and the Cardinals will bat in the home half of the first inning here on Cable 14 momentarily. We'll take a quick look at the standings while we wait here. Welland Jackfish are 16-6 to lead the league. Chatham-Kent Barnstormers 14-9. London Majors are also 14-9, so they're tied for second place. Barrie now right on the heels at 13-9. The Baycats have definitely turned their tide around in that one. They've righted the ship for sure. Maple Leafs are in 5th place at 11-13. Royals are now 10-13 at 6th place. Cardinals and Panthers both with 9 wins. Cardinals have 12 losses. The Panthers have 14. And a 9th spot is, of course, the Brantford Red Sox, 6-17, but not too far out of that last playoff spot.
Yep, don't sleep on them. They had a big week, a rout on Canada Day of those Chatham-Kent Barnstormers who we gave so much credit to on Sunday, and then they laid an egg in their place on our nation's birthday.
Yeah, I got quite the call from Gil Rendon the next day about that one.
And then, of course, the Red Sox came in here and stole victory from the jaws of defeat on Friday night.
And, you got to tip your cap to the Red Sox. They battled in here, and they just kept battling. They stuck it as long as they could. They went through a couple pitchers and just did the best they could as far as that stuff goes. But they battled and battled and battled, and then, yeah, they got through. Jose Arias will take the ball here for the Majors. He is 2-1 on the season. A 3.43 ERA, 25 strikeouts, 19 walks. Of course, he is the all-time leader and the single season record holder for the Majors in strikeouts. Set that in 2022.
Yeah, that 2022 campaign was magical for Arias and the Majors. A 1.56 ERA that year, 97 innings, 132 strikeouts, like you said. Arias, the former farmhand of both the Chicago Cubs and the Miami Marlins, pitching in the lower levels of the minors for those two franchises between 2010 and 2015. Lately, in the past couple years, he's had some short stints in both the Nicaraguan and Colombian winter leagues.
Yep.
He's 6'6", 34 years old, and a native of the Dominican Republic. And no question, his continued stability in that starting rotation is a huge reason why the London Majors are where they are.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, he's going to be a big part of this team going forward as well, as far as how their playoff success or failures go here. 3-man rotation for the Majors have been doing a lot of yeoman's work at some nights. A lot of heavy lifting done by Keys, Piano, and of course Arias as well. As Yoki Pena will lead things off here for the Cardinals after a night off last night. Of course, the Cardinals dropping a 10-1 defeat to the Guelph Royals yesterday. Wasn't the best effort, unfortunately, and just a lot of errors behind things. As Pena hits it up the middle, but it's right at the shortstop. Takes a weird bounce off the baseball. And that maybe fortune is turning our way this afternoon. A lucky bounce off the base, and Pena's aboard with a single.
Yeah, the Cardinals have been dying for a bounce like that. Just your regular old cue shot up the middle, and then right off the corner of that second base bag. Nothing Fajardo can do as it takes a wild leap into center field. And
that it does, and then Brandon Nickel will be the batter now. Nichols skies the first offering he sees up, right in the infield. Verhoeven will call for it and make the catch. And Pena will have to go back to first, 1 away now. High sky ball here. On a beautiful clear day in the afternoon. Well, I guess there's some clear, there's a few clouds, but more like cotton candy clouds than anything else. No rain clouds in this no rain in the forecast for a few days anyways.
Yeah, those are the good kind of clouds we got here today, Neil. The cotton candy clouds. That's a great way to put it. It's picturesque. The humidex up in the high 30s today. We got a slight breeze, though. Just a picture-perfect Sunday for baseball.
Yep. Just make sure your guys are staying hydrated wherever you guys are watching from. If you're watching in the stands as well, make sure you get an extra, keep drinking water even though you might not be thirsty. Hey, dehydration can still set in a weird way.
Yeah, they can sneak up on you, no question.
As Tyler Duncan will bat now back in the top three in the order here after spending, let's say, the better part of the last 2 weeks just trying to readjust themselves and find his stroke. He hits this one down the left field line, but it's going to go out of play and off the turtle out there.
That's weird. Duncan, at first you might think the past few weeks he hasn't been all there, but he's still been crushing the baseball.
Yep.
And he, like many other Cardinals, got a night off yesterday, and who knows, maybe he's battling something, but he's still showing flashes of his peak self here.
Yeah, he is. Average is .297 on the year, now 3 home runs, 14 RBIs as he takes the strike here, and the count now 1-2 on him. One away in the home half of the first inning in a scoreless tie. Pena still leads off at first. Hoping Duncan can put him somewhere either around the base path or around at least over the third here. That one gets away from the catcher. DeOlio will have to get to that one. Pena will scoot over to second base and now in scoring position for Duncan here.
Yeah, Arias, like so many other pitchers in this league, staying way away from Tyler Duncan. Up, down, doesn't matter. He got away with one that first foul ball. Tyler just a hair late on it, sent it foul, but he has been just peppering that outside half. The first 4 pitches of this AB, we'll see if he changes it up on him here with a 2-2 count.
Harris gets the sign from DeOlio. His 2-2 offering. Duncan calls time here. Actually, I think DeOlio calls time here, and they're just going to go over signs here.
You can get heckled for mound visits now, Neil. Listen to that.
What are they chanting, though?
They're chanting secret meeting.
Secret meeting. Gotta love it when the ball teams are here.
Yeah.
They all got the little nuances and everything else. Like I hadn't heard what they were chanting Friday night before, and I thought what happened the good old days of we want a batter and everything else. But no, that's not what they were chanting. They were chanting something else more direct, right to the pitcher. As Duncan gets a hold of this one to left field pretty deep. Left fielder is going to watch this go off the Lagershed sign, and Duncan's got himself a double, and more importantly, the Cardinals have a 1-0 lead here in the home half of the first inning on the RBI double by the captain, Tyler Duncan.
Just another fantastic swing from Duncan here, and we talked about how Arias was staying away from him. Well, guess what? He left that 2-2 pitch right over the heart of the plate, and Tyler doesn't miss it, showcasing that opposite field power that he has so much of. Off the wall on a bounce, Pena can score easily, and that is a start that the Cardinals sorely needed.
Very appropriately, Tyler hits one off his employer's sign out there in left field. So it's a little bonus advertising there. He's working for the brand. It's Carlos Dominguez now the batter. And he takes this one in, and he gets hit with it. And he'll make his way down to first. That one just looked like it got away from Arias here. Hit by pitch. Now runners at first and second now. Still only one away for the birthday boy, Nico Kakatos.
Right on. Happy birthday to Nico. He's been enjoying a very productive first season in the IBL.
That he has. A great article by Carlos Verde on the young man as well on the IBL website. If you haven't checked it out, go there.
Well, Nico turning 23 today.
Just a young man.
Yeah.
Takes a check swing at that one, says the plate umpire Chris Walters, and he's down behind the count 0-1. 1-0 Cardinals here in the home half of the first inning, thanks to the RBI double by Tyler Duncan. Lined up the middle by Kakatos. Fajardo up with it, throws to first in time, makes the double play, and that'll end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits is the damage here for the Cardinals. They lead this one 1-0 here on Cable 14. We'll take a quick pause from the action. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com. Because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
Top of the second inning, the Cardinals leading this one on Cable 14, 1-0 over the London Majors. Neil Schwartzman, Matt Creeley on the call. Thank you so much for tuning us in on your Sunday afternoon, wherever you may be watching. Stay hydrated, stay cool. Hang out, have some freezies, popsicle, whatever, maybe some adult beverages. It is, of course, Cardinals on the beach day as well, so, everybody's having that tropical island theme here. Everybody's getting laid as they came through the ballpark as well.
Yeah, I've got my giveaway red lay on. I was going to wear my Hawaiian shirt and just straight up forgot.
I have a purple one. I was like, that kind of looks like London colors, so I didn't want to wear it. And I definitely could not wear the Barnstormer one. As Reyes Cruz will get that one, and Brad Verhoeven's retired on one pitch by Enrique Saldana for the first out of the second inning. 4-3 is your putout.
Yeah, Neil, off air between innings, both of us noticed that our Cable 14 mics picked up London Majors manager Roop Chanderdot giving words of encouragement to his team, saying, get the run back, no easy outs. Yep. They're just trying not to be fazed by the early deficit they're facing here.
Oh, exactly. And he calls this team a very resilient bunch. And all the publications they've been talking to about early season success, and of course that's just a testament to Roop and the organization. They've done everything else to put this team back together after a championship run not too long ago. Saldana's offering misses, and the count is even at 1-1 here with one away.
In the box right now is former Hamilton Cardinal Josh Niles. He spent 4 seasons with the Cardinals.
That he did. And he gets hit by this one by Saldana, and he'll take his way down to first. He was 15 for 59 coming into the batting, 254 on the season, no home runs, but 6 RBIs, including a pair of walk-offs, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not. Josh started the season scorching hot, but that OPS has dropped from 948 after that June 15th Father's Day win against the Cardinals down to 677. So in a bit of a slump, but he showed who he can be early on, that's for sure.
And he has. Tucker Zdenek now the batter. He takes ball 1 from Saldana. 1 away here. Cardinals leading this 1-0. Saldana offers to Zdenek outside, count 2-0.
At a glance, I've been impressed by the next man up mentality of these London Majors. You lose Caden Cardoso to the Frontier League, well, Brad Verhoeven takes over at first base and's having a career year at the plate. And his spot in the middle of the lineup was taken over by this man, Tucker Zdenek, another Western Canadian that they got from the Frontier League. They're not fazed by the adversity and the movement. Next man up, somebody's going to get it done.
He's got one of those pencil bats, or I'm not sure what it is, but it's got quite the colorful tone to it.
That's been working for him this year. Since joining the Majors a few weeks into the season, Zdunich batting .316, OPS up at .856. He's got 2 home runs, 10 RBI, 3 more extra base hits on top of that. He's been productive.
That one's in there for a called strike. Count now 3-1. Ken Sugi waits on deck. Sugi's got a couple of walk-offs hero nights as well, including Cobra Chicken night.
Yeah, how cool are those
They're
get-ups?
very sharp. Very, very sharp. Hats off to Matt Hitchcock and the design team that did those things. You know, and we were talking about it, how it started just, it's an April Fool's Day joke, and they had no intention of making it into merchandise, no intention of doing anything else, but it just snowballed from there. As Dudnik takes a walk here. And there's 2 on with 1 away here for Ken Sugi, the right fielder in today's contest. Sugi is 13 for 54 at 240 average. Does have the 1 home run, 14 RBIs so far. Takes that one in there for a strike, says the plate umpire.
Sugi is one of the 17 BC products in the IBL. Went to high school at Carson Graham in North Vancouver, British Columbia.
I'm always shocked how well these guys how teams are doing finding kids from all over Canada now. Ground ball up the middle. Tommy Reyes crews up with it, throws to first. In time, they get the double play and get out of the inning. Major Lestrada runner on third base. Sugi hits into the 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. And Dre Amaral will come back when we come back. He'll be batting the third inning. But yes, we'll take a quick pause here. We'll run the All-Star promo once again for all our fans. Don't forget, guys and gals, you can buy your tickets for the Hamilton Cardinals All-Star game coming up on July 20th. Go to HamiltonCardinals.com. Just watch the ad here. See here at Fair Reese Reed go through and show you all the details.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com. Because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
Bottom of the second inning, the Hamilton Cardinals leading the London Majors 1-0 here on Cardinals Baseball on Cable 14. Neil Shirwaspa, Matt Creeley. Thank you so much for tuning in as Tanner Rempel will lead things off here in the home half of the second inning. Enriquez settled down and gets a little help from his friends here to get out of the top half of the inning. So Majors had a couple base runners aboard. Quickly erased on the double play by Ken Sugi. First pitch to Matt Rempel misses outside and high for ball 1.
As we've been talking about these past few weeks, it's been nice to see Tanner rebound from the injury and illness troubles that kept him out of the lineup for a few weeks there. He had 2 knocks against Frank Garces last Sunday. Not an easy thing to do.
No. And had a double in Friday night's contest and led off yesterday with a hit by pitch, but unfortunately got stranded on the base path in the first inning before the Cardinals fell apart, unfortunately, in that 10-1 loss to the Royals. That one comes inside, and Rempel has to do his best bob, duck, and weave here to get out of that way of that one.
Neil, I was asked before the game today if you are aware what the IBL all-time leaderboard is for hit by pitches from the batter's standpoint. Because the Cardinals players and coaches think that Tanner might be getting up there. He's been beamed a lot, and he almost was again just there.
Yep.
Take a walk instead, though.
Take the walk instead, and that's a little safer for his own personal well-being.
Yeah.
One less bruise is okay with that. And Luis Bernardo will come to the bat here with a runner on first and nobody away.
Catcher number 14, Luis Bernardo.
When it's grounded to the third baseman over the first in time, and it's a twin killing as our old friend Mr. Josh Niles was able to field that one, flip the second for one, and on the first in time for the double play as Bernardo and Rempel retired quickly on the 5-4-3 double play.
Yeah, Arias' command was eluding him in that plate appearance against Rempel to lead off the inning, but he finds it again and makes a perfect pitch down and in. Bernardo just had it in on his hands, not much he could do with it, and he turns it around right to Josh Niles at third base, and that's an easy twin killing.
First pitch to Tommy Reyes Cruz is a called strike, says the plate umpire Chris Walters. It's 2-0 Jackfish over the Brantford Red Sox early in that contest. Like we mentioned before, Kitchener in Toronto is a 5 o'clock start. Barrie and Guelph is a 7:05 start. That's a makeup on there. So if you're looking on Point Street and going, why is that game not listed? Because it's not actually in the database yet. But it was on the schedule via emails and everything else, so it'll get added. That was a check swing by Tommy Reyes Cruz. The count now 1-2 with 2 away here.
Beautiful 1-1 pitch there by Arias Reyes Cruz with a sword, as they say. Not a pretty swing at that changeup.
Yep. We're just waiting for Josh to use that one against when it's the other team, mind you.
Yeah.
That one's fouled away. Tommy Reyes Cruz fouls that one off the stands here. Gives the camera a little wiggle. Camera got hit Friday night. I was surprised it was still in one piece, but I guess it must have just hit the base or something, but it made a loud thud off it. Of course, you were watching from the office. Which, out of curiosity, is it air conditioned?
It is.
Oh, I don't like you anymore.
It is. Of course, Friday night we didn't need it nearly as much as we would today.
No, exactly.
So we were probably doing about the same on Friday, but.
Yeah. Until the bugs came flying out of nowhere, and I was just like, whoa.
Oh, yeah. Where's Jabba Chamberlain when you need him?
No. I'm not sure if it was the wrestling ring that stirred up the nest or something, but.
Who knows? That was.
All the bouncing because of the wrestling ring? Who knows?
No, it's quite the oddity.
They were everywhere. Tommy Reyes Cruz watches that one all the way into the plate. It's going to be a 3-2 count now on Reyes Cruz. Jaden Brown waits on deck here looking for an opportunity in the second inning. Cardinals up 1-0 already, scoring in the first inning, which is a rarity for this team this year.
Yeah, sometimes it's as simple as just getting a good start, and you look at the results this year, and the Cardinals just haven't got that very much.
Nope.
It's refreshing to see it today.
Well, they just got to keep going here. As Tommy Reyes Cruz launches this one in the right field, it's going to go off the Larry Woods line in right between Larry's hands out there, and Reyes Cruz on his way to the second. Head first slide, he's in there safely with a double.
Well, how about that? The contact guy just nearly went yard.
Almost. You can hear the big oohs and ahs there when he hit that one.
Yeah, Arias on a full count tries to go up and in on the lefty Reyes Cruz, but he is not phased. No doubt being his teammate for a couple of years in London helped Tommy out with that one. He was all over that offering, and he belts it off the wall on a bounce into the right field corner, and the Cardinals have a 2-out rally going here.
Brown now has an opportunity to cash in that second run here and give the Cardinals a little breathing room here. Arias looks to back at Reyes Cruz. His first offering is chopped in the ground. It'd be a high chopper. Pajaro is going to have to go hard with it. And it's just in time to get the speedster Brown down the line. A great throw by Fajardo. 6-3 goes your put out. Cardinals leave the base runner. They lead this one 1-0 as we head into the top of the third inning when we come back here on Cable 14.
first professional glove. That's the one I remember the most. When I was coming up, even though it wasn't that long ago, having your name on a glove was a big deal.
Also, we have one more special birthday celebration. Happy 7th birthday to Ephraim.
Top of the third inning here at Burning Arbor Stadium. Thank you so much for tuning in on Cable 14. Neil Shirwasma, Matt Creeley on the call. Majors trailing your Hamilton Cardinals 1-0 on Beach Day at the ballpark. And we just saw the limbo contest going on, and I got to applaud those kids. I can't bend over like that anymore. I'll be putting in traction after that. But they got low enough to the ground there. Yeah, quite the contest.
You got to be a certain amount of flexible to be able to do that, and that has never been my thing.
Never been flexible either, so it's just, yeah.
Hats off to you.
Yep. First pitch is in there for a called strike on Dre Amaral.
Amaral, the Cambridge native, just turned 23 a few weeks ago, played baseball at D1 Alabama A&M down south.
Pops this one in the center field. It's a routine fly ball for Duncan. He'll one-hand it, makes the catch. One away here. Amaral tired on the F8 to start the third inning. Ty Mosher, the designated hitter in today's contest. The 9 spot for the Majors will be the batter now.
And the man they call Mosh is going to step in here. Hasn't had the hottest start to his season. He joined the Majors last year as a depth piece with versatility, hitting from the left side.
Watches that one sail in, but a little high, says the plate umpire. 1 ball, no strikes to count, 1 away. Well, I took one for the team on the way down, Matt, so you're okay. You didn't have to worry about the voodoo chips. And again, thanks to the Soroski family for the snacks from Louisiana. Yeah, poor Jono sat here, ate one of each, and by about 3 minutes afterwards, his face was on fire. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad I got the voodoo ones and not the other ones.
Yeah.
That was very nice of them to bring those up.
Yeah, I came into the office on Friday night, and there was a whole gift basket full of these chips I'd never seen before. A real crocodile head in the box.
Yeah, well, that would have been kind of scary.
Yeah.
Definitely down from the bayou. 2-2 is the count on Mosher. They had a little kick to them, put it that way.
Yeah.
I consumed the rest of my iced tea, followed by an apple. My partner in crime, a.k.a. Sam here, who's sitting beside us today, my daughter. Yeah. I had one and said, no, I don't want the rest.
Nope.
Nope, so I finished off the bag.
Someone else can be adventurous with these.
Yeah. Well, we got to try everything. I had the filet of fish for lunch. I was just trying to, break the slump here.
Yeah.
Mosher hits this one, but foul down the line. And the count will remain 3-2 here. 1-0 is the score. The Cardinals leading this one. Three-two offering. His pop foul again. Mosher doing his best to stay alive here, protect the plate. Making Saldana's job a little more difficult here.
Yeah, this is quite the at-bat that Mosher's putting together. That's all you can really ask for out of the 9 spot. He had a stone-cold take on a changeup, 2-2 after swinging and missing on one a couple pitches before. That ran it full, and now a couple foul balls since he's making Enrique work for this one.
That one misses outside. Mosher will draw the 1-out walk here. And the Majors have got a base runner here in the third inning.
Again, you can't say enough about just a nice hard work in AB from the bottom of the order. And that's exactly why he's here for the London Majors. And now he gives the big boys a chance here as the lineup card turns over.
Got to tip our caps to the Welland Jackfish and a couple other teams for doing mail-outs for the vote reminders today as well. My inbox is full of, vote for my players. I'm like, well, I'm not voting at all because I'm the guy running it, so can't really do
slight conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah.
You know, I would never wanted to have to come back and be, yeah, the guy fixed the vote. I'm like, no, the guy didn't even vote. I don't think anybody in our house voted this year either, because it was just like they're kind of worried. It's like, were you allowed to vote? I'm like, you can vote if you want to, just don't tell me what it is. I'm sure Jenny would have a lot of Cardinals on it. And I'm sure she probably would have voted for Mr. Brownlee because, you know, they're pals.
Yeah.
As the count is 2-0 here on Toby Simmons. He struck out looking his first time up. Saldana from the stretch. As a look back at Mosier slightly out of his side of his eye here. As Simmons hits the next offering in there and on the line, and Mosier's thinking about going to third. The throw is going to be up the line, or they had a chance to get him at third. An unfortunate bounce there on the throw-in. Brown still has the tag, though. Time now called by the plate umpire, and everybody will get it readjusted, and the umpires will go back to their positions now. Runners on the corners now for the Majors, and Francisco Fajardo coming up the plate.
Yeah, Simmons saw a mistake pitch there and didn't miss it, hitting it into right field, and I applaud the courage on Mosher to go from first to third on a guy who can throw as hard as Dominguez, but luckily for him, the throw was up the line.
There's a little too much English on that baseball.
Yeah. So Fajardo, like his man Simmons here, is a switch hitter. Of course, he's going to end up hitting a lot more from the left side with all these right-handed pitchers.
Swings and misses that first offering from Saldana.
Fajardo is prone to chase, but also like Simmons, the left side appears to be his better side from the splits so far.
Looks like he crowds the plate a little bit, too.
That he
He's
does.
right on top of the plate.
Yeah, he's right in there. Anthony Rizzo style.
Good throw over. They went ahead him, but unfortunately the baseball on the wrong side of that base from the throw from Saldana. They definitely had him leading, though. Top of the third inning, 0-1 is the count, one away. Runners on the corners for the Majors here. Runner goes. Throw down to third, and they got him at third base. They caught Mosier a little too far off the line here. Bernardo with the hose down there. Simmons will go to second on the stolen base. It's a caught stealing on Mosier. 2 away now.
Yeah, you just can't get caught dancing too far off third base, especially when you made it 3/4 of the way around. No doubt the running game was at the top of mind for both Saldana and Bernardo, but they got a much better chance of catching Mosher dancing off third as opposed to
going to the second base and trying to keep him out there.
So
I don't think Mosher was expecting the throw down. I think they were figuring, okay, you might throw down to second, try to get Simmons, but no. Lo and behold, they got me instead. And dang, I'm out.
Yeah, you got to be on your toes, and it's nice heads-up defense there by Luis Bernardo.
Shows bunt. That one's fouled away. And the count now 1-2 on Fajardo.
Saldana tried to expand the zone there on Fajardo. Noticing his tendency to chase the changeup away, he tried to back foot a slider on him there with 2 strikes, but Francisco was expecting it. Fun fact, Fajardo is good friends with former Cardinals shortstop Raquelman DeCastro. They were both in the Blue Jays system at the same time, both middle infielders.
Fajardo pops this one up. Brown's got a read on it. It'll be Nickel actually calls him off and makes the catch. And the Cardinals get out of the inning. Saldana gets out of the dirty work again here. The Cardinals still lead this one 1-0 here on Cable 14. Perfect. Yes, for bottom of the third inning we'll go here. Cardinals leading this one 1-0 on a very tropical sounding day even. And of course the music on point as always. Josh Bain does a great job of being right on theme. Regardless of the topic, of course, Friday night was, of course, wrestling night, so he had an opportunity to bring up all the wrestling themes and everything else. And here comes our big friend Alistair coming up the walkway here, too. It's got to be a hot day to be carrying around that camera. That's for sure.
Now, we gave him a day off on the first heat warning, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind another one here.
Yep.
There you go.
He's poking his way through here as you see the great crowd. And that's on hand here once again at Bernie Arbor. As we're coming through here now on Cable 14, the Ulster Wasp, Matt Crilly. My daughter Sam's behind us. Got Josh, we got Nate up here as well. So yes, don't forget those guys. They keep us on point here throughout the nights and everything else.
Well, the usual suspects up here.
Yep.
Never a dull moment in this Bernie Arbor press box.
It definitely is not.
Best seat in the house for my money.
It is? Hey, we don't even have to pay for it, but don't tell anybody that. Don't tell anybody that. Don't tell anybody we don't have to pay to come watch these baseball games. But yes, it's our pleasure to bring you the games once again. As always on Cable 14, again, great volunteers that do yeoman's work for these guys and gals. Make us one of the best broadcasts in the league by far.
Absolutely.
Jose Arias working on his warm-ups once again here. Cardinals will be setting up. I flipped my lineup card over. The top of the order.
Yeah.
Yoki Pena will be leading things off here.
You flipped your lineup card over, and so did the Cardinals. Perfect.
There we go. But yeah, it's definitely a hot one here. On of course, we were going past some of the signage on the church sign that came past. It's at 38 degrees. I'm like, okay, maybe that's Fahrenheit. And then all of a sudden, the side of the sea, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's hot.
Yeah,
it's hot today. We'll stay hydrated, and I hope everybody at home is doing the same thing as Yoki Pena will come to the bat here. He singled and came around to score in the first inning, the lone run in this contest. Cardinals are up to 1-0 over the Majors here. Out of town, scoreboard, Welland Jackfish up 2-1 on the Brantford Red Sox. That one's only in the third inning as well. And everything else is an evening game in the Intercounty on your Sunday night. Little Sunday night baseball. That one misses inside for Pena from Arias.
Now, speaking of the weather, I just saw about 20 seconds ago Enrique Saldana going down the tunnel to the Cardinals locker room probably to grab some more cold refreshments. Of course, as a starting pitcher, it's arguably more important for him than anybody else to keep the temperature regulated here.
Exactly. Especially when it's got to be it's got to be 10 degrees hotter on that mound, especially because you're standing on a pile of dirt and clay. That one's in there for a called strike on Pena. And 2-1 in the count now.
Been impressed by Pena's ability to take the ball up the middle. He seems to have simplified his approach since moving to the leadoff spot. Let me chase that one down and away there.
2-2 is the count now. Nickel and Duncan due up in the order for the Cardinals here after Pena. And you trust his hands on that one and watch the count go to full at 3-2. Notice it was a late breaker, so he laid off.
With Pena, it's really just the power we're waiting for now. His .284 average is third on the team. He's getting on base a lot, too.
Fouls that one off to stay alive. And we'll do it again at 3-2.
We know he has that power. He just missed his first IBL home run in Barrie at the end of May, belting one way down the line, but foul.
Yep.
And then he hit one in Kitchener. I'm sure he'd like his first home run in a actual park. So, no disrespect, of course, to Jack Couch, but the ball does fly there.
It does fly, especially on a day like today. It would just be,
no question.
Well, we saw it last night in Welland everywhere. It was just the wind was not gusting at all. Balls were carrying, though. That one's fouled away. Of course, the Royals had Bark at the Park name last night, so the kids didn't run the bases. The dogs did in the fifth inning.
That's tremendous.
Yeah. I'm glad nobody had an accident on the field. That would have been awful.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
Pena chops this one high. It's at the second baseman. Amaral's up with it. Throw to first in time, and he's retired 4-3 for the first out of the third inning. Bring on the Nickel now. 0 for 1. He popped out to the first baseman in the first inning. We're in the home half of the third now. Cardinals clinging to that 1-0 lead. Would love to get some more runs here and take a little pressure off themselves. We're due for an ugly win. That's probably an understatement.
Well, speaking of, they got one just a week and a half ago, 18-6 at Toronto. And in that game, Brendan Nickel went 5 for 7, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and since then he is just 1 for 16.
One misses outside. And the count is 2-0 on Nickel.
The Christie Pitts hangover, so to speak. It's hard to go there and then leave as a hitter.
Yep. That's why guys like Salazzo and company have probably done so well over the years. Misses inside. Arias just looks like he's not too comfortable out there right now. His 3-0 offering is in there for a called strike. 3-1 now the count. Nickel was taking all the way on that one.
Nickel just 6 walks this season so far and over 80 plate appearances.
Chops this one down the third base line, but it goes off his foot, and they're not going to... I'm not saying that's foul. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We saw this happen in a London game last week, actually.
It very clearly hit his foot. This has to be coming back.
Gonna have a little conference here, and yeah, Nickel did not even make an attempt to go down the line here, which is unlike him.
No, he came up hobbling.
They're going to call him out.
Oh my goodness.
This is what Rube Chandadak got ejected for last week, and then the call got reversed. Actually, it was Tuesday in Canada Day, actually, when he got ejected. So did Josh Niles, but cooler heads prevailing here, and we're taking that one, and we're taking our lumps for that one. 5-3 will go to the putout officially. Nichols retired for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, I see how it feels to be on the other side of that one for the London Majors, and Nichols got to be thinking, what do I got to do? I hit it off my foot, and now I'm out. Oh.
Duncan watches that one inside. They're just trying to keep him off the plate here.
Yeah, Nickel is one of the quieter, more level-headed guys I've seen around this team. He's no doubt frustrated by it, but he'll be one of the last guys to show it.
No. In some cases, you want to be that level-headed because sometimes, you get a call like that, and that can get some guys into a lot of trouble. Duncan hits this one at Fajaro. He's up with it. One hopper. Throws to first, and Duncan almost beats it out, but he is out. 6-3 goes your putout. Cardinals go 3 up, 3 down here in the home half of the third inning. We'll come back with the top of the fourth inning here on Cable 14 when we come back.
All right, my friends, it is finally time for Kids from the Faces. On your mark, get set, go! Make some noise for your little one down here. Way to go, superstars!
Top of the fourth inning, we're just wrapping up. The Denninger kids run the bases, and our friends at Challenger Baseball are making the rounds as well. Great to see them out and enjoying the summer fun. It's such a great baseball program. Great to see these young men and women get a chance to play the game we all love at a more suitable level for them as well.
Yeah, the partnership is strong. I feel like I see so many of them every game, any given game. They're packing the house here at Bernie, and you love to see it.
Exactly. Umpires getting a little more time to rehydrate as well. It's got to be hot for those guys too.
Now we saw Cardinals infielder Nick Belauchi bringing Chris Walters a water bottle there after that last half inning came to a close, and Walters and manager Chris Piano were talking a little bit further there near the Cardinals dugout. You got to assume it's about that Brandon Nickel play.
Well, exactly. And, it's hard because if you don't see it at third too, it's just like, okay, well, he's probably asking, what did you see?
Yeah.
And if the third baseman said, I don't think I saw it. So it's just like, hey, sometimes you miss things.
And
I get it.
This ain't the show, people. We don't got instant replay, and you just got to go with what everybody saw. And if nobody saw enough to say it wasn't a fair ball, then fair ball is the call.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't see it go off his body or something, but, he saw him limping. But at the same time, it could just be a sell job, too. So
I know you can play the what-if game forever, but that is not like Nickel to sell something like that. He does play the game the honest way, and you got to believe if he's fouling a 3-1 pitch off his foot, he'll be truthful about it.
Exactly. Now we're at the top of the fourth inning. Cardinals leading this 1-0 on Cable 14. As we're all getting back to the action, as the last ones have made it off the field safely and down the line and out of play.
Maybe a blessing in disguise that the kids run the bases went longer than usual. Give everybody a breather here in this heat.
Yeah, exactly. Get a little chance, get a couple more sips of water, get another Gatorade into your or something, just replenish. As the Oleo fouls off that first offering for strike one.
Yeah, I'll be on to Gatorade number 4 in about a minute here, and I'm in the shade.
Yep.
It's a hot one.
2 waters and a Gatorade so far for me, so yeah, it's been a toasty one. Plus the giant iced tea on the way down to douse some flames. The things we don't do for our ball clubs.
Mm-hmm.
One-on-one in the offering here from Deolio. A called strike on the other half. Deolio behind the count at 1-2 now from Saldana.
Yeah, Saldana's done a great job in this at-bat here, changing eye levels. He started away, that one was fouled off, and then he came inside with a breaking ball. Deolio was never tempted to swing, it was near his foot, but then he froze him with a fastball on the outer half, and then comes right back in again. Got to keep him guessing. A nice job by Eduardo to stay alive on that one.
Just wondering why my battery is running along my laptop here, but I realized, oh yeah, I didn't plug it in. The cord is hanging here. I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, we've all been there.
What do you mean the battery's low? The batteries should be fine. I'm like, well, yeah, it's not. It's not plugged in. Yoli hits this one over the head of Brown, and that's fortunately going to be a base hit down the line. Pena up with it in a hurry to hold Deolio to a single. Just a high hopper down the line. Nothing Brown could do about it. Cardinals Majors have a leadoff runner aboard here to start the fourth inning.
You know, we alluded to it earlier, but in steps Brad Verhoeven, and ever since he has assumed first base duty since the departure of Caden Cardoso, he's had a career year. Verhoeven was a career 230s-ish hitter in his first 2 seasons with the Majors. This year he's hitting .323. OPS is north of 700. He's just been a contact machine. That is his game, of course, 6'1", 170. He's only got 1 career home run to his name in the IBL, but he has stepped up in a big way. And like we said, the next man up mentality for these Majors.
Exactly.
Verhoeven, the local boy, the St. Thomas native, is the latest.
such a huge drawing area in that area, the London area, the London, St. Thomas, Woodstock area, where they can find a lot of players that play a lot of baseball.
Yeah, it's the baseball hotbed of the province. Southwestern belt there, and Majors no doubt using it to their advantage in their player recruitment processes and such.
Of course, you have the St. Thomas Tomcats, the junior program they draw upon from, of course, Jared Lund, Josh Niles, both products of that program. And there's the London Badgers, of course, run by Mike Lumley for many, many years. I believe it's the Woodstock Wranglers still, if I'm not mistaken, junior level. And Woodstock, that one goes off the glove of Rempel. He's going to have no chance there. Tommy Reyes Cruz will have no play, and that's just an unfortunate backhanded attempt by Rempel, but it goes in vain and was off his glove, and runners are safe at first and second now.
Stepping up to the plate, third baseman number 30, Josh Niles.
Just a great stop by Rempel, even get the glove on it.
Yeah, Rempel is usually one of the more sure-handed. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better defensive first baseman in this league, especially with all his experience at catcher and where that's gotten him, but he just couldn't quite squeeze it there on the backhand, and it is unfortunate, yes, but you got to turn your attention back to Josh Niles, who is going to try and resurrect his early season self here with runners on.
Yep.
Or perhaps show bunt instead.
Show bunt instead and try to get the runners around. I think the Cardinals play a little defense here.
You see Jaden Brown at 30 there. He's ready for it.
Big swing and a miss on that one. And the count is 1-1. Sam went and got some fries.
There you go.
I would have thought she would have gone with a freezy or something.
I'm not going to lie. I was walking past the concession stand about 10 minutes to airtime, and I was tempted.
Yeah.
The freezies were there. They were all around. Everybody had one, and I was like, should I? Niles, so he showed bunt on the first pitch. He swung away at the second pitch and shows bunt again at pitch number 3. He pulled back the first time, but that time it was paint on the outer half by Saldana, and the count's now 1-2.
Just been corrected by Misty Niles. He did not play for the Tomcats. He played for He played for the Cardinals, the Badgers, and played in the Great Lakes collegiately, Great Lakes Canadians. Well, thanks, Misty. As Niles goes down swinging here. One away now. Runners first and second still.
That's a big strikeout for Saldana. Gets Niles swinging down and in. But it doesn't get any easier here with Tucker Zdunek stepping in. The briefly of the Frontier League, you can kind of think of it as a 1-for-1 swap, him for Cardoso. And
yeah.
Everybody, I'm sure the opposing pitchers were all excited to see Cardoso gone. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Here comes Tucker, the native of High River, Alberta, as we said, has been off to a blazing start to his IBL tenure.
Yep. It's got a very unique batting stance.
And he also kind of crowding the plate here.
Yep. Maybe that's what the Majors were going through over on their pregame lineup cards and everything else and pregame notes. Hey, take with the inner half against Saldana here.
Zdunek, one of the more decorated hitters at the NAIA level, playing for Reinhardt, hit .359 with an OPS of nearly 1,200 and 167 games there.
This one down the line, but it goes foul. And the count now 2-1 strike on Tucker. $18 for 57, the .315 average, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs so far.
And you talk about how that NAIA level of college baseball can be pretty wide open. The best programs comparable to D1, D2, and the worst programs not so much. Well, Reinhardt University was voted inside the top 25 of the NAIA power rankings, so that's a strong program they've got over there.
It is.
Zdunek, one of the products.
Is that where Lucas Boscarino went to as well?
I think so.
It sounds so familiar. Like I remember when we were doing the Big Man on Campus.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Boscarino went to Incarnate Word.
Okay, well then Who else went to Reinhardt then?
I know somebody did, because it does sound familiar. You're
Yeah.
right. We'll have to put our detective hats on and figure that one out.
Big swing and a miss on that one. Goes down on strikes, and Saldana is almost, one out away from getting out of this inning himself.
Now, how about Enrique Saldana? He's a contact guy, and in situations like these with runners on and nobody out, especially against the meat of the order, he'll look for a ground ball double play. Of course, we've seen that work for him today already, but he just decides to, you know what, I'll do this myself. Niles has done it, no problem. Gets them both swinging. Now just Kenneth Sugi stands in his way.
Sugi hit that double play those last time up.
As you got to look briefly there at our view from up here in the press box, as Alistair's got the remote camera. The bird's eye / commentator's eye view.
Yep. Make sure we get Alistair a drink here between half innings or something just to make sure he's okay.
Oh yeah, fridge is full.
Yep. He's got a camera on his shoulder, so, you know, I have to go grab it for him. Comebacker here, Saldana up with it. He'll step and throw to Rempel. Not the best throw, but got there in time. Gets out of the inning. Gets a high five from Bernardo. Major stranded pair of base runners here in the fourth inning. As the Cardinals still lead this 1-0 here on Cable 14. We're going to take a brief pause in the action and say thanks you to our friends at Armstrong Birdseed, feeding Cardinals since 1986.
Sometimes the littlest things can make the biggest difference. Like nature brightening your day. Bring nature to your backyard with Armstrong Bird Food. Feeding Cardinals since 1986.
Bob in the fourth inning here on Cable 14, Cardinals baseball on your Sunday afternoon. Carlos Dominguez will lead things off. Nico Catatos and Tanner Rempel will join him in this order. Due up. Sounds like a very prestigious law firm. Matt, a little bit. I think it's Catatos and Rempel.
It does. That was a nickname given to that. Dominguez. No question that one hit his foot.
Yeah.
No, nothing to debate on that one.
No, that one he's going to take a couple seconds here and walk off, and Chris Walters will pretend to clear the plate or something. Yeah, he's going to need a second here.
Yeah.
Trainer's not coming out quite yet, but yeah. Needs a second to just let that stinger subside a little bit.
Dominguez probably like, thank goodness you went away on that second pitch.
Yeah.
Give me a chance here.
Of course, the Jackfish game yesterday, Robert Mullen took two off the same spot almost back-to-back in consecutive pitches. As Dominguez hits this one, but way foul, and that one almost went in the back seat there. Down the line.
Oh, we got a couple tailgaters back there, it looks like, and they almost
got a souvenir they weren't expecting.
Yeah, we saw the power there from Dominguez. He flashed with the Mets system, and he just couldn't keep it fair. His front side flew open that time. He's still looking for consistent power production here since joining the IBL. Since that 4-hit performance against the Kitchener Panthers a couple weeks ago, it hasn't been all that smooth sailing for him. 0 home runs still to his name, and we know what Carlos can do. It's just a matter of living up to that potential now.
As Dominguez hits this one, he definitely heard as that one is going to leave the yard. Carlos Dominguez, maybe the jinx is over. You can actually will a home run once in a while here, Matt.
I don't believe what I just saw. Oh, it feels good to finally be on the other side of that. It had been about 7 straight weeks there of me just cursing everybody up here.
Yep.
Carlos Dominguez with a hard line drive homer. With 2 strikes, Arias tried to elevate away, and he just didn't get it high enough. That was just plastered right in the upper left corner of the strike zone. Dominguez gets his arms extended, gets the bat head out, and scorches it right over the optoglass sign. And the Cardinals extend their lead. Now up 2-0.
2-0 Cardinals now, and yes, definitely some time to go here. Tato's hit into the double play his first time up in the first. That's a big run here.
No question about it. And we can call a spade, Neil. They may have lost the lead in the 9th inning against Brantford on Friday night, but in essence, they lost that game way before then. The countless chances they had to get insurance runs and add to their 3-run total, but Brantford hung around only down by 1. You almost felt it coming. They were just breathing down their necks.
Well, exactly. It's just a matter of waiting for the other shoe to drop. If you're the Red Sox there, there's just like, okay, we're still in this, and then, you know, to their credit, they didn't give up on themselves. Scatatos hits this one, and that's another. We're getting all the lucky bounces today. Where has that been all year?
Again, it's hard to believe. For those of you who haven't been following along all year, it has just been. They haven't been able to buy a hit, quite frankly, but it eventually evens out. Sometimes it takes a long time, but it does.
Yep.
Kikatos has himself a well-earned birthday knock there, jumping on that pitch middle in from Arias. And he just hasn't been able to get outs with that fastball in the zone. It's not a good sign and out of character for him, but credit to the Cardinals for having a game plan at the plate.
Rempel squares the show bunt here, and he pulls it back, takes ball 1.
Yeah, in a lot of ways you could say that a lack of preparation offensively could be part of what's plagued them lately, but today they've seemed a little more up to the task. And
runner goes on that one, and Olio gets that one. Ow.
So what happened? What hit him? Was that the ball or the
bat? I'm not sure. It might have been both.
It's plausible to believe that Rempel's not going to first base, so it must have just been the ball, but runner was going, Diolio jumped up, he was ready to make the throw. Maybe he got a little too close there, but thankfully he seems to be okay after just a very quick visit there from the Majors training staff.
Well, getting back to last night's game in Welland, Mullen laughed off the first one, and the very next pitch was the same spot. Ben Abrams is trying so hard on the mound, trying not to laugh.
It's all fun and games when the first one happens, but 2 pitches in a row, okay.
Like, I know that Reese and Alec were having a hard time keeping a straight face there, but I'm pretty sure as soon as they got off the mic, they were dying laughing. I've seen it happen. I remember a game in London. Steve Charles, who's now a coach with the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, was at the plate. He fouled 2 pitches off the exact same spot off his foot. On consecutive pitches.
Come on.
Yeah, like it's just what are the odds of that happening? It was just immediately what I thought of it. I wanted to text Steve and going, I remember that happening to you. Rempel fouls that one off. Count 1 and 2.
Yeah, good on Tanner to stay on that breaking ball in the zone and fight it off. You saw Walters hold a firm hand up to the Cardinal dugout. Maybe somebody was saying something there between pitches, but whatever it was, Walters was not having any of it.
No. One-two offering. Rempel skies this one high in the air. Second baseman's got a beat on it. He'll make the catch. Dre Amaral with the over-the-shoulder grab. Rempel retired for the first out of the inning. And Luis Bernardo now the batter.
For the plate, the catcher, number 14, Luis Bernardo.
Bernardo grounded into a double play his last time up.
Yeah, no doubt Arias is going to be trying to get the same result here. Luis Bernardo is many things, but a speedster is not one of them.
No.
And any ground ball on the infield in a double play situation, you bet the defense will be on high alert.
Take strike 1 here from Arias. Speaking of the Jackfish, they have now increased their lead at 6-1 over the Brantford Red Sox. That one is in the top of the 4th inning as well. We're in the bottom of the fourth, so we're just half inning and half out of them. 7-1 now. Just literally as I looked at the score sheet.
Yeah, the Brantford Red Sox right now are experiencing the same thing that the Hamilton Cardinals did last week. Oh, you got a nice couple of wins, some good character-building wins, especially on the road against teams you weren't supposed to beat. Well, here come the Welland Jackfish.
Here comes the reality check in a hurry.
Yep.
And it's past due. That one gets away from Deolio. It goes all the way off the fence here. And Ciccato is up to second base now in scoring position for Bernardo, working with a 1-2 count.
Yeah, Jose Arias is, as you've alluded to today, doesn't seem like his usual self out there. He's bouncing more pitches in the dirt, having a little more trouble with command than usual. That trademark fastball is not working as well, especially in zone. And credit to the Cardinals for being on it so far. But as they learned Friday night, you got to keep the foot on the gas.
Well, you do. There's a reason we sell so many no lead is safe shirts in this league.
Yep.
As Bernardo hits a bullet at the third baseman. Niles tried to field it, but it was just a bullet. I think you're going to get an infield single for that one. And Bernardo was aboard here. Runners at first and second now, one away.
Anyway, you talk about those ground balls on the infield. Here's one way for Luis Bernardo to not be thrown out by a double play. Hit it so hard that the third baseman literally can't come up with it.
Yep. Nothing Niles could do on that one. Like, it just was right there. He was trying to get it before it took the weird hop off the lip, and unfortunately goes off his knee by the looks of it.
And just got to keep it in front of you, make sure Nico doesn't go to third, and move on.
Tommy Reyes-Cruz, who doubled his last time up, will be the batter now. Watches that one in all the way in for ball one. That one misses outside. 2-0 the count now. On Reyes-Cruz and Brown on the deck. That one's in there for a called strike. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. I just stole one of Sam's French fries. They're not bad.
Huh. Yeah, the fries are good here. I do like to avoid them on broadcasting days, though. Can't have a mishap.
No, don't want to happen. That one's fouled away. The count is 2-2. I saw you munching on a pretzel before. They looked good.
Oh, they are unbelievable. Yeah, for those of you who weren't here Friday night, we got a new toy here at Bernie Arbor Stadium. In concession stands, our very own hot pretzel maker. They're available for purchase.
Yeah, we were trying to quietly allude. Somebody needs to bring us one up here for the matter of science so we could taste test them, but nobody.
Yeah, science purposes only, of course. I must not have been listening to that part of the broadcast. Next Sunday, don't worry. There'll be a whole bunch of them up here waiting for you.
No, it's more for Reed because he only can eat soft food right now. So
yeah, that would be a godsend for Reed for sure.
I would have had a piece of it, but you know.
Yeah, no, they are fantastic, no question. I'm a big pretzel guy, and that was just music to my ears.
That one's in there for a called strike on Brown.
Yeah, myself and a bunch of other Cardinals staff, we all on Friday afternoon went down and had an opening pretzel ceremony. All of us had the first batch of pretzels in Bernie Arbor history. It was a
there you go.
Beautiful sight.
Ooh, Brown wears that one inside, and he'll be aboard to load the bases. Back to the top of the order we go.
Another hit batter here for Arias as the thorns in his side here continue to hold him back, and Yoki Pena is going to step up for a third time. With the bases loaded, he chopped one hard down into the center of the earth his last time up, grounding out to second, but his first time he had a base hit right back up the middle, and he hasn't been able to put it in the air and optimize the launch angle yet, but Roop Chanderdad is no question aware of the way that Pena's seeing the ball right now, so he figures now is a good time for a quick visit with Arias. Nobody warming up in the London bullpen. We just got somebody stretching down there.
Yeah, there's somebody using the bands trying to get loose here, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
Arias has more than earned the benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah. Well, Victor Payano doing the team a solid Friday night, going 8 innings.
Yes.
And then yesterday, Travis Keys went as long as he could go yesterday, but unfortunately, things didn't work out. They lost that one in extra innings.
Now, you don't want to see that if you're London. He gets squeezed on the first pitch after the mound visit. And Pena's got to step on his toes now.
So Dominguez led off this inning with a leadoff home run. Cacato's walked, reached second on a wild pitch. He's now at third. Rempel popped up to the second baseman. Bernardo reached on a single. Reyes Cruz is struck out, and Brown is at the plate now. Sorry. Brown's at first after being hit by the pitch. And Pena's at the plate. And now working with a 2-1 count.
And once again, the youth baseball teams that we have out here are making themselves heard.
They are. As Yoki just lines this one into center right field, and now he's going to leave the yard. See you later. It's a salami for Yoki. The Eggman giveth. 6-0 Cardinals. Man, look at this. Listen to this crowd now. 6-0 Cardinals here over the Majors. Thank you very much, Mr. Pena.
And you think of how rough the past couple weeks have been for the Cardinals and looking for anything to turn the season around, and if you want to boil it down to a single hit, that is the kind of moment that can make the dugout do a complete 180.
No question. Nichols popped the first offering up from Arias in the infield. Amaral is there. He'll make the catch, and the inning is finally over, but it's a 5 spot for the Cardinals in the 4th inning. Now they lead this one 6-0 here on Cable 14.
Stepping up to the plate, second baseman number 41, Dre Amaral.
Top of the 5th inning here at Bernie Arbor Stadium. The Cardinals with a big lead for a change anyway. 6-0 is your score over the London Majors. Mr. Waspa, Matt Creeley on the call on Cable 14. He lead off the top of the 5th inning, and Dre Amaral, who's 0 for 1 in the contest. And Enrique Saldana has a sizable lead to work with there. Some breathing room for a change. That one misses inside for a ball. Count quickly 2-0 here. Saldana with a extended layaway here. Might be just struggling to find the zone a little bit.
Yeah, I know it might have been hard to see for a few weeks there, but this is how the Cardinals drew it up. You have Saldana, a guy who peppers his zone, getting those ground ball double plays. And then this lineup finally showing some depth here.
That one's in there for a called strike. 3-1 the count now. Amaral, Mosher, and then back to the top of the order for Toby Simmons, due up in the order. Chopped foul. Bernardo unable to field that one.
As you said, that London Majors bullpen. Everybody cleared out of the dugout of that London Majors. As you said last inning, Neil, all the pitchers went down to the pen. It looks like Colby Ring warming up right now.
Amaral gives us the charge, goes off the little Caesars sign. And then gets up with it in a hurry, but Amaral will be in there safely with the leadoff double to start the 5th inning. Yeah, it seems like Roop just cleaned house down there, sent all the bullpen down and said, yeah, you go down there and get loose, or, go for support your teammates who is getting loose. Somebody with a teal glove getting loose in a hurry down there now.
Yeah. If my memory of pitchers' deliveries and stances and everything else is correct, it's Colby Ring.
You're probably correct. Former Cardinal.
For Trey Amaral, that's how you want to respond if you're London.
Yep. That one's in there for a called strike on Mosier.
Get ahead in the count and drive one to the gap. And Majors are going to have to think small here, but keep the baton moving to chip away.
They definitely are a resilient bunch. Mosier hits this one in the right field. Dominguez makes the grab and denies Mosier the hit. Runner is going to tag and go to third, though. In there safely. Mosier retired on the F9.
That's a great job by Dominguez to atone for that throw up the line a couple innings ago. He leapt up into the Larry sign. He went, but thankfully that ball found him. Gave it a great effort as he always does out there. And Amaral tags and goes to third, but the Cardinals will happily take that trade off as Mosier deserved better on that one. That was a nice swing, but nothing to show.
And he will. Simmons is 1 for 2. Struck out looking in the first. So Enriquez Saldana's offering misses outside for ball 1. He singled and stole a base in the third. As Bernie's making his way through the grandstand as well here. Albeit a lot slower than usual.
Don't blame him.
Nope.
Can't be that comfortable.
Simmons hits that one off the end of the bat the other way here, and that's going to bring home the first run for the Majors. Simmons with the RBI single.
Yeah, Simmons, if point streak is accurate, just 20 years old, and he has been quite productive in his first IBL season.
That he has been.
London's got a big park, for context. Entering today, he was hitting .330, getting on base .407, slugging .532.
Yeah.
Think he wants to go to the All-Star game?
Just a little.
That's exactly what London was after here.
Of course, he's a former player of the week as well.
And that Bahamian baseball pipeline here with Jazz Chisholm, as you mentioned when he was here in the school day games, those two know each other well.
Runner goes on the pitch. Bernardo's throw is going to be unable to be fielded by Nickel, and Simmons will go to third. Stolen base and likely an E2 on the throw.
And if you're the Cardinals, again, you just gotta
get the next one. Just get the next one.
Flush it, move on, memory of a goldfish, all that stuff. You don't want to start making errors when you're up. But just got to get out of it, keep it moving. Still pretty decent ways to go, and these Majors are no stranger to the dramatic.
Yep. They've definitely been one of these comeback kid teams this year. Or late inning heroics anyways. Three-0 offering missing is upstairs for a ball. And Fajardo will draw the walk here. Just only one away now. Runners in the corners. For Eduardo DeOlio.
A great mound visit here by Bernardo. You got DeOlio, one of the best power bats in the league, coming to the plate. We've seen what he can do in this very ballpark.
Yep.
And bullpen's starting to get active too. Looks like Caleb Sorosky starting to get loose. And just gotta keep them at bay here as you're gonna start to work through 3, 4, 5, 6 here. The big part of the order coming up for London, but if Saldana can keep it to just one and hand it off here, that's been a fantastic start for him up to this point.
No question.
Then that response by the Majors, Amaral and Simmons, will be a mere blip on the radar.
Doyle hits this one off the end of the bat here, but it's going to be just foul. Dominguez had a good beat on it, but just unfortunately, thankfully for our sake here, it went foul. Or that could have been trouble. Just a long strike here. One offering. Chop that to shortstop. He'll flip the second for one. On to first. Not in time. DeOlio beats it out on the fielder's choice. Another run comes home. It's now a 6-2 ball game. Fajardo's retired on the 6-4. Just a little delay on getting the ball out of the glove. And Eduardo DeOlio was able to beat that one out for the fielder's choice.
Yeah, Nickel got to that one right away as the shortstop. Reyes Cruz had a little bit of trouble on the transfer. And DeOlio doesn't have the speed to beat out a double play, but the hesitation there is enough to give the Majors another run.
They bring in Brad Verhoeven, who has been lights out, like you said many times so far, since getting that job at first base. Watches that one outside for ball one. Has a single in this contest. Is also grounded out 4-3. Came into action batting .323 on the year with 5 RBIs. This is inside. Count 2-0. Saldana just looking to get his ender here and get out of this inning. Likely will hand it off next inning, especially in this heat too.
Yeah, it hasn't been crazy long if you're looking for a silver lining here. He's only thrown 18 pitches so far, and he's got 2 outs.
Verhoeven fouls that one off into the screen to our left. 2 balls and 1 strike, now the count. The Jackfish bats have exploded. It's now 11-1 over the Red Sox. That one's in the 4th inning as well.
Yep, well, you can only walk the line for so long. And as I said earlier, we learned it here last week.
Yep. Well, last year I called the game in the Red Sox in Welland on a Sunday. The Red Sox were up 9-2 going to the 9th inning. They lost that game 10-9.
Goodness. Last year?
Yeah, last year.
Oh, my.
July 6th last year.
Whoa, a year ago, today.
Well, actually, I think it was the 5th or the 6th. It was a Sunday. We were off here, so it was like, yeah, okay. Go down to Brantford and do their game.
Geez, 7 runs in the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They were fully reserved to giving up that game. Esri was pretty much running it off in his head, but somehow this one might actually make a beat here. Hopefully everybody's okay, but a bunch of kids are diving for the baseball. What is going to come up here this year? It's just going to happen.
I was awake before, but I'm definitely awake now, too.
That thing just had a weird spin on it. It was like, okay, it might roll back here. Not far.
Maybe 40 more feet or so, and
yep,
would have been right on top of us.
Saldana toes the rubber once again with the 2-2 count with 2 away. 6-2 is the ball game here. Cardinals leading. Lined, and that's going to be a base hit for Verhoeven. DeOlio going first to third, and he was chugging the wind there. But he gets there. Runners not on the corners, and we're still not out of this inning. And that's going to prompt a mound visit from Chris Piano, and likely we'll see what's going on here. Bernardo going to have words with him. Sarley is going to wave it here. He's calling in the bullpen. We're going to call in the bullpen. Jacob Sorotsky coming in here. Take over for Enrique Saldana, who, probably deserved a better fate in this inning.
Yeah, and he definitely wants this one back. He's not going to be eligible for the win, even though he definitely deserved it to start, as on account of him not going a full 5 innings.
Yep.
Once he got into trouble this inning, he gave it the leadoff double to Amaral. Got some help from his defense. Mosher flew out for out number 1. And then the cue shot by Simmons, not much you can do about that. But then what stands out to me is the one-out walk to Fajardo.
Yep.
And then
the double play that we just couldn't get the ball over at glove in time.
Yep.
To get the Ole up the line. He gets out of that. He's sitting on the bench right now. Probably looking to go for the sixth. Not in this heat, maybe not, but still, he'd be sitting there on the bench, sipping some Gatorade and looking for a win.
And then I know it's a great two-strike approach there by Verhoeven. He fouled off 3 straight. He was up 2-0, and then he fouled off 3 straight pitches. But if you're Saldana, you got to try and expand the zone a little bit. After he went behind 2-0, he battled back and got back to 2-2, which is what you got to do. But neither of those 2-strike pitches were out of the zone. And you got to make a guy work for it a little bit. I know you're not trying to throw too many pitches, but you've got the lead. Your defense has been there for you so far. But then he leaves one up and over the plate, and Verhoeven does what he's been doing all year. And then Dominguez boots it right, and all of a sudden Soroski's coming into the fire. The inning continues.
Inning continues, and Josh Niles will be the batter now. He's been hit by a pitch, struck out swinging. 0 for 1. Did we dare mention what's been going on with Swarovski and fly balls, or no?
I was just about to go there.
Well, by all means, sir, do indulge.
Well, we can't leave it out in the air now.
No.
So I was mentioning to Neil off the air, folks, before the game started, that Caleb Swarovski has had an inordinate amount of fly balls go for home runs, is one way to say it. The average home run per fly ball rate in this league is around 15%, little less. Caleb Swarovski is rocking a 67%. 2/3 of the fly balls he's given up this year have gone out, and that's just ridiculous. You're well beyond. You're in like regression has to be coming soon territory.
Yeah. Let's just hope for a ground ball, though.
Yes, yes, by all means.
Two 2-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Sorry, it was a 2-0 count. I thought it was a 2-1 count.
Yeah, Nate was all over it. Didn't even need the umpire's call for that one.
No. Niles fouls this one off his hands and down the line. And the count now is 2-2.
Yeah,
with 2 away.
Swarovski's delivery gets some pretty nice arm side movement on the fastball, runs way in on Niles. He thinks it's up in his wheelhouse over the plate, and then it's sawing him off all of a sudden. Still a good job to get that on ball there at the least. We'll see what Swarovski comes back with on 2 strikes. He's got a lot of pitches he can go to.
Niles hits this one off the end of the bat. Rempel's giving it chase. Doesn't have a read on it, and it's going to drop in foul territory, and we'll do it again at 2-2. That ball is going to be thrown out of play. A little too much grass stain on that one. I hate to say it, we definitely need a couple of days of steady rain again to give the good old lawn here.
Be careful what you wish for.
I know, but still, it's just the lawn's starting to look a little yellow here.
You're right.
There's a ground ball hit to Brown. He's going to flip the cross a diamond in time, and that's going to end the inning. Caleb Swarovski gets the ground ball out, gets the Cardinals out of the jam here. They end the 5th inning. They lead this one by 4. It's 6-2 here on Cable 14.
Stepping up to the plate, center fielder number 5,
Tyler Duncan will lead things off here in the home half of the 5th inning. The Cardinals leading this one by 4, 6-2 here on Cable 14. Neil Schwartzman, Matt Creeley on the call with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cardinals getting an offensive spark in the 4th inning, a 5-run spot. A couple of home runs, and now Duncan looking to get some more runs here.
And we know how much Roop Chanderdot loves to rely on his starters even when things aren't going well. Eating innings is always a priority. We saw how many innings Owen Boone threw when he was with the London Majors. He'll lean on Payano heavily.
Yep.
And now Arias. This has got to be, and this is a high bar that he has set. So it doesn't take much to throw the totals off. But this has got to be one of the stranger IBL outings of his career.
Yep.
You won't see him give up too many crooked numbers, but extra base hits, couple home runs today. He hasn't been getting outs. He's been doing an okay job of getting to 2 strikes, but
yeah, he's been battling, but it's unfortunately not getting the baseball gods have been against him so far.
That they have. As we look down to the Cardinal bullpen for what might be next, it looks like Jacob Gadget and Drew Mainprize are playing long toss with each other.
Yeah.
Make of that what you will. And then Corbin Peters is throwing down to Cardinals backup catcher Ethan Martin.
Duncan gets a called strike on the other half. Now the count is 3-2 on Duncan. Duncan gets a hold of one in the left center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. And he's going to be on his horse with the double. Toby Simmons gave it a valiant effort out there in center field, unable to track that one down, but he had a beat on it. Goes squirting off the glove. Duncan with the double to start the inning here. For the Cardinals, you just got to find a way to get him to third base and find a way to get him home.
Exactly, and Duncan knows you got to learn from Friday, and Duncan's keeping his foot on the gas. He's taking the pitch away to the opposite field, hitting it for power like he's been doing, feels like for the past 2 seasons. And I was worried you spoke too soon there with Simmons. Again, a valiant effort and a nice dive, but wasn't to be. And Duncan's off to second. A little emotion from Tyler as he slides into the bag, and Dominguez gets beamed again.
This one off the hand here, and that's not a good spot to get hit.
Cardinals training staff, Carlo Cardelli out of the dugout in no time.
Did homer last time up, but unfortunately now he's going to be going down to first here, but looks like he's all right. They're just going to have a quick look at his hand to make sure it's okay, though. Be very hard-pressed to see him just hanging off the glove. Say, okay, yeah, no, I'm staying in. Hand's fine. I'll work it off.
Carlos is a gamer. It'd take more than that to knock him out of the game. That's Arias' 4th hit batter of the game. Second again for Dominguez. He's also got Rempel. And he got, I believe, Brown.
Yep, he got Brown last inning. That set the table for Brania in the Grand Slam.
Yes, it did. Nico looking to find some more success on his birthday. He's already got a batting average now and hoping to keep it rolling.
Bunts this one at Arias, who will misplay it and throw to first. Is the only option they got now. Nico out on the sack. Runners at second and third now, just one away. And Tanner Rempel coming to the plate, 0 for 1 in the contest. Popped up to the second baseman his last time up and has walked.
Yeah, you can't be afraid to keep playing small ball even with a cushion. And for me, the turning point in Friday's game was the failure to execute the sack bunt by Tommy Reyes-Cruz. Jeremiah Sucre just went to third.
Yep.
And it ended up just being all for naught. That changed the complexion of the inning. And the Cardinals only scored one more time and ended up losing on account of their inability to back up their starter, Owen Boone, who went 8 innings and struck out 13.
Must be spoil your daughter day at the ballpark. She's now eating M&Ms.
Oh. Have at her. That one was right down Main Street. Rempel fouls it right back to the screen. So after the mishaps on Friday, it's nice to see Nico get that bunt down, not too hard, make Arias charge at it, misplay a little bit, and sacrifice works.
Ruppel takes a called strike there, 1-2 in the count now.
Beautiful hook there by Arias, the big 12-6 curveball right at the knees.
No, I'm okay. Trying to offer me some M&M minis. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. Ground ball, good stop by DeOlio. He'll keep that one there. Count 2-2 now. I saw you munching on the peanut ones earlier, so you kept your pregame routine down.
Yep. I'm a big peanut M&M's guy. It's always my go-to airport snack.
Not a bad one.
Well,
Not a bad one at all.
It's like a good luck charm. I started doing it so many times, like it just doesn't feel right if I'm traveling and I don't have them. They're as good as it gets, all reliable.
Ruppel watches that one in all the way, and that's going to run the count to full, and Arias not liking that call there.
Not sure why.
Visible body language on that one from Jose.
Could it also be just frustration with himself? I don't know. It seemed pretty obviously out of the zone, but yeah, maybe he's trying to buy any way he can get it now.
Ruppel chases that one and will go down on strikes. And the Majors will backpedal here and go back to normal depth now with 2 away. Jose dug deep for that one. Luis Bernardo will be the batter now. Grounded with double play and single last time up, came around to score on the grand slam by Pena.
So Arias is now thrown 85 pitches. It kind of feels like more with the amount of damage that's been getting done, but probably still has a little bit left in the tank.
Bernardo has to bail out of the way of that one for ball 1.
Colby Ring was still warming up down there at the start of this inning. His catcher, Charlie Bowman, going out to talk to him now.
Yep.
He presumes to be next.
That was a called strike. Bernardo not in agreement on that one. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, nor was he on Friday night. Him and Trevor Bertrand were not on the same page.
They were definitely not exchanging Christmas cards anytime soon. That one misses for a ball. Count 2-1 now on Bernardo. This is what pretty much the Cardinals in a nutshell this year. They get base runners in scoring position, and nobody's been able to drive them home most nights. And this is why it's pretty much why the record is the way it is right now.
You got to boil it down to one thing. That's that.
The pitching has been there for you guys. It's been doing whatever it could to keep you guys in ball games.
Yeah.
Some nights, unless the pitchers start hitting it for themselves, it's gonna, something's got to change here.
Yeah, and we saw it that inning. The grand slam by Pena. That's the first grand slam the Cardinals have had since at least 2023. I don't think they hit one last year.
As Bernardo does exactly just that, runner's going to come home. The wave coming home to throw to the plate is going to be not in time. Luis brings in 2 and gets a big hug from Chris Walters. Trying not to run the umpire over. Gives him a big hug on the head. Well, now you've seen a little bit of everything today. Some clutch hitting for the Cardinals. Bernardo with a 2 RBI single. And it's back to an 8-2 ball game, and that's probably going to be the end for Jose Arias here.
Yeah, lefty coming up. Makes sense to bring in Colby now. A rare off day at the yard for Jose Arias. Not how he pictured this one going.
He just didn't feel like he was comfortable out there on the hill today.
Nope, and you noticed it early. So Colby's going to come back to his old stomping grounds here and take the hill. And that last pitch, you could just hear it off the bat. Bernardo caught the sweet spot. He got jammed on the foul ball of the pitch before, but again, Arias just left one over the plate. He left it hittable for him, and Bernardo didn't reinvent the wheel. He just hit a hard grounder through the hole on the left side, and Duncan scored with ease, and then there came Dominguez, and he had to make sure at the last second he didn't bowl over Chris Walters, and there was your bear hug.
Well, Colby Ring not too long ago was Mr. Friday Night in this ballpark.
Yeah.
regularly getting the start on the Friday nights. Did a great job against the Panthers, the Maple Leafs, and everything else. And last year struggled a little bit with control and just finding his role on this team before being dealt with Josh Niles to London in the offseason. And so far for the majors, he's been very reliable out there. He's had a couple innings where he's gotten roughed up a bit, but against some of the better teams in this league, he's been able to shut them down and do the job.
Yeah, it's definitely been better than last year. And Colby's a live, talented arm. And last year, everybody was talking for seemingly the whole season about it. It was just kind of dumbfounding where the struggles were coming from. And you knew the talent was in there. And it's a good, change of scenery candidate in the offseason. And he's now in London. He was well connected. He knew Caden Cardoso. They're both BC guys. And ERA's down. It's still up over 5, but the thing with Colby is it's either this year, at least on a game level, it's either been good or really not good. And his past 2 outings, especially his relief appearance at Chatham on June 17th, for example, 3 runs in 0.2 innings. But most of his appearances have been shutout. Sometimes he's been relied upon for more than 1 shutout inning out of the bullpen. So it's good to see him kind of rediscovering his footing again. As you said, the control is still an issue. Last year he had 16 strikeouts and 24 walks in 20 innings. This year it's 14 walks and 11 strikeouts in 15 2/3 innings. So not great, but again, a little better. I remember last year he was bringing up the rear among Cardinal staff in strike zone rate.
Bernardo going first pitch here, and Luis Bernardo just stole second base. Okay.
Well, you know what?
Now he's going to get helped up by the shortstop.
By Bard.
Oh, man.
Love to see it. And you know what? It's 8-2. Poppy can have some fun.
Oh, yeah. Man.
That was good stuff.
The whole
right
bench
there.
has got their head down, just beside themselves.
Uh-oh.
That one misses outside for Ring, and the count now 1-1 on Tommy Reyes-Cruz.
He's still on a lefty, too.
Yeah. That's him knowing that guy's delivery and how much time he's got to go.
And Bernardo stole 3 bases in his rookie season, 3 again last year, and then 1 more in the playoffs. And that's his first one this year.
Well, he's only in game number 4 behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that. I think mattered was DeOlio.
Well, the element of surprise.
Tommy Reyes-Cruz hits this one. Amaral up with it. He'll throw to first, and that'll end the inning. Ring gets the job done, despite the swollen base by Bernardo. Cardinals get a couple more runs and make this one an 8-2 ball game here on Cable 14. Top of the 6th inning here at Bernie Arbor Stadium. The Hamilton Cardinals leading the London Majors 8-2. Caleb Sorosky back out to work his 2nd inning after getting out of the jam in the first, getting Enrique Saldana out of the jam to end the 5th inning. Cardinals getting a couple more runs in the home half of the inning. And we sent the youngster for a freezy run. It's a check swing here. Pena going to have to charge for it, and he's going to not come up with it. That's a leadoff single to start the inning. Yoki Pena got a little crossed up on that one. Tether Zizenic will lead off the inning with a single. A little too far back on that approach. Trying to play it safe, but then misjudged it. The wind pushed it back a little bit as well. We do have some gusting winds again. Sorosky will go back in there, and of course that was another fly ball out here, or not an out anyways for Sorosky, so that theory is, you know, definitely get work on those ground balls. Yeah. That's a called strike on Kenny Sugi. Count 1-1. Nobody away here. Top of the 6th inning. On what's been a very hot one. Comebacker, Sorosky up with it, throws to first, he gets the double play. A little Josh doesn't miss a beat here. Doesn't miss a beat. That's a 1-3 double play and an excuse me comebacker off Sugi. And quickly 2 away here. Talk about picking up your own defense here. Dre Emerald, the batter, now he doubled his last time up and came around to score in the 5th inning. L1-1-3 is the tail end of the double play. Corbin Peters getting loose in the bullpen. Celebrated his birthday on Friday, I do believe. This one is lined to right field. Dominguez is there. He'll make the catch. Majors go 3 up, 3 down. A great job by Caleb Sorosky here in the 6th inning. Take a quick pause from the action again to remind you once again about the All-Star Game. Get your tickets now, folks. Go to HamiltonCardinals.com. And don't forget to vote. Go to the IBL.ca/vote. You have till tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. to cast your vote. Vote Cardinals. We'll see you after this on Cable 14.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com. Because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
Stepping up to the plate, the third baseman, number 6, Jaden Brown.
Jaden Brown will lead things off here in the home half of the 6th inning. The Cardinals leading this one 8-2 on Cable 14. Neil Schwartzman, Matt Creeley in here, and Colby Ring back out to work here after getting the ground ball out. Brown takes a check swing of that one. Peeled down the first that he did not go around. And it's ball 1 on the count.
Yeah, Colby was getting warm for a while there, and then Caleb Strosky went out and had a 6-pitch inning, so he's still got to be loose from coming in doing mop-up duty that last frame.
Brown shows bunt on that one. That one goes off the oleo, and yeah, that's not a nice net. Off the wrist there. Yeah. Ouch.
Oh my goodness.
We got grape and we got everything else. Definitely the freezies are been consumed there.
Everything is coming up Millhouse right now.
Yep. Grape it is.
Grape it is. We are spoiled up here.
Yep. Thanks to Sammy for making the run.
Yeah, of course. Big thank you. We help each other out up here.
Yeah, exactly. You could keep munching away. I'll keep the call going here. I gotta let this melt a little bit, or I'm gonna have brain freeze. That one misses low. Yep, Sam reminded me of the trick she tried to play. I mean, she put the hot sauce in my red freezy the one time. Yeah, she thought it was hilarious. I did not find the humor in it. I think I wanted to ground her on the spot, but 3-2 is a count now as Brown stays alive here. Cardinals with that 6-run lead once again. Brown then at the top of the order, Yoki Pena, who delivered the grand slam in his last at bat. As Brown will draw the leadoff walk here at the 6th inning against Ring.
And the walks again proving to be troublesome for Colby Ring. We'll see if a lefty-lefty matchup recalibrates his sense of the strike zone. And you look at the middle innings of this game so far, and while it was a nice job by the London Majors to bounce back after the Cardinals put up a 5 spot in that 4th inning, it was an even better job by Hamilton to not let them feel like they were getting back into this game like they did on Friday night against Brantford, and bounce back with 2 more of their own.
That was a called strike on Pena. He was 2 for 3 in the contest, a single, a grand slam, 2 runs scored, 4 RBIs. Not a bad day for Yoki.
Yeah, have a day, Eggman.
Got to change this walk-up song to the Beatles Eggman or something once in a while here. Runner going on the pitch, and they were unable to hold on to that one. And Brown gets the stolen base.
Oh, I know that Josh does a tremendous job with all the sound effects, but that Roadrunner, whenever there's a stolen base, might take the cake in my book.
Followed by quickly the my car.
Meep in a scoring position.
Yep. Pena unloads another one to center field. This one is going to stay in the yard, though. Caught by Simmons in center field. And Brown has to hold at second. 1 away now. But definitely a little more swagger behind that swing for Pena now.
I was going to say, do you think he's feeling it at the plate now? That was a breaking ball, which he's had a lot of trouble with this year, and he gave it a good ride to center field. When it rains, it pours, and Pena's going to try and ride this wave as long as he can.
Yep. Brendan Nickel now 0 for 3 in the contest. Would love to get a positive number in the stats column. Runner goes on the pitch. Brown has that one stolen without even have to think about a throw on that one. And Nickel takes strike 1 now. Now 90 feet away, a ground ball to the right side gets the job done here, Brandon.
How big is too big of a deficit to steal? Because Diolio is clearly over it. He didn't even think about throwing there.
As Nickel unloads on that one. And that's leaving the yard, too. Where were these all year? Like, honestly, is it seriously a half eat a fillet of fish before I come to the ballpark?
Do we need a grape freezy up here every time?
Maybe. But we're just we're breaking the funk today.
Yeah, you knew Brandon Nickel wasn't going to miss out on the fun for too long.
Or the Swarovski's going to have to send up more of those Zap chips or something.
Bring in the crocodiles.
Yeah. Oh, man. The things we don't do for this team. 10-2 is the score now. The Cardinals have definitely unleashed the fear and all the frustration of this week. As Tyler Duncan now the batter.
Now Brandon Nickel got a hanger that time and demolished it. Over the UBC built sign out there, and that's another home run for Nickel. He's hit 3 at Bernie Arbor this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Surprisingly, we're hitting everything to the left today. Usually it's all to the right field or everything else.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I can pull the ball, too.
Yeah. Like, usually left field was like the last place we'd hit home runs last year.
Yeah.
And the year before. Like, the Life Labs Cable 14 sign was pretty much the homer zone.
Yeah, it was.
Last couple of years.
The Cardinals didn't hit many home runs at all last year at home.
No.
We went almost 3 months without a Cardinals home run at Bernie Arbor. It was a pretty lengthy drought there, but this year, even with the offensive struggles, that has not been the case. There's been the long ball more often than there hasn't been.
Yeah. Duncan fouls this one away. Stays alive at 0-2.
Yeah, this is a matchup of good friends here, Duncan and Ring. Along with Tanner Rempel, too, familiar with each other. Again, all 3 of them BC boys.
I used to wonder why the BC junior teams were so good, and then I realized, well, look at the guys they got coming up in there. Rempel, Ring.
Look no further than this league.
Duncan, jeez. As Duncan hits the line, we're out the ground. Amaral up with it. Throws to first in time for the second out of the inning. As we almost choked on the chunk of freezy.
7 up to the plate, the right fielder, number 30, Carlos
Dominguez, another one of these guys with a big pop in the bat today. 2 runs scored, hit by pitch twice, and a home run sandwiched in between. Ball 1 misses low. Doyle with a good scoop, and that napkin is now going out to first base. Oh, that was actually flying past first base. That thing started over here. Big swing and a miss.
Was that the same nap? It's taken on a life of its own.
I think it is. It's kind of like that thing from American Beauty, that movie. Or that feather or whatever. Or even Forrest Gump, even the feather. Just keep flying. It's now found a home almost by the Larry Wood sign.
Still rolling along there.
Yep. It's seeing the sights. 2-1 offering is called a strike. Dominguez patient at the plate. Now runs the count to 2-2.
Yeah, if Dominguez goes up here, that napkin better watch out.
Oh, I think it's actually up against the fence now.
Yeah.
Watches that one upstairs and runs the count to full here from Ring. Time called. Ring Reed adjusts himself out there. That one misses low, and Dominguez will draw a walk, this time not having to wear it.
Yeah. Like finally a free pass that doesn't require me to be injured.
Yes. Nico Kakato's the birthday boy with the batter now. 1 for 2 in the contest. Did have a sac bunt his last time up. Single scored a run in the 4th. And grounded into a double play in the 1st.
Yeah, Kakatos. We've talked about his contact prowess on this call before. And again, the inside the IBL column, that beautiful piece of written work that was featured Nico. Highlighted his batting average, his zone contact rate, one of the more telling signs of a hitter's contact ability. Still up over 95%.
And now he draws the walk here, and that's another hit batter for the Cardinals. The baseball is just seeming to find the red today. Literally.
I never thought we'd see the day. Now this has been nothing short of cathartic this afternoon.
Tanner Rempel will bat now with runners at first and second, 2 away here. 10-2 is your score. That one misses low for a ball on Rempel. There is more activity down in the bullpen for the Majors. They're pretty much matching pitch per pitch. Every time Rings throws one, they throw one.
Yeah. It looks like Jonathan Henry, but he's kind of standing idle. I can't really tell.
I think they're just waiting to see what happens with the bit. Two offering. Swung on and missed by Rempel. 2-1 now to count. Cardinals striking for 1 in the first, 5 in the fourth inning, 2 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth so far.
I almost forgot what it was like to see a crooked number up here at this stadium for the home side.
It's been a while. It's very rare air, my friend.
That is Jonathan Henry down there.
Yeah, it's Jonathan Henry down there. Okay.
I don't need to get my glasses renewed just yet.
No, but I am due for an optometrist appointment. I know that for a fact. I gotta tell him, I'm tired of these two different set of glasses, because especially where they wear the wrong ones to the ballpark and can't make out what the heck's going on in the outfield. Next time, let's take one of the kids and say, "Here, you pick me a colored frame for the one for the baseball park, and I'll take a black one for work." Just don't make me look like too much of a nerd, okay?
The baseball field's always got to get the more stylish frame.
Yeah. Maybe a little hint of red or something. 3-2 offering. Misses inside. Rempel draws the walk, and the bases will be loaded here for Luis Bernardo.
All right.
And that's going to bring out Roop Chanderdat here and likely end the day for Colby Ring. I guess Henry is ready because he hasn't been throwing down there at all. He's just playing with the baseball.
That's going to be all she wrote for Colby Ring. And the tough thing about coming in to face your former team is they know how to beat you.
Yep.
And when Colby's not near the strike zone, the Cardinals know better than anybody to just kind of let that play itself out.
Yep.
And he wasn't able to recover. And he gave up the home run to Nickel, yes, but then he got Duncan to ground out, so it was 2 outs, nobody on, and then walk, hit batter, another walk.
Of course, the first base coach has to come back down around the diamond here with all the equipment he's got in his back pocket here because now we're close to batting around here too. So it's like, oh yeah, we got to hand that stuff back in. Somebody might need this in a couple of batters.
Yeah, Jaden Brown started the inning for the Cardinals with a walk, and he is now in the hole.
Yep. Probably what he was asking for is like, hey, where's my elbow pad? Oh yeah, it's still at first. Take another look at the out-of-town scoreboard once again. I hit the refresh button on my laptop. 13-3 is the score in Brantford. The Jackfish all over it. Brandon Luther with his first career home run, a 3-run blast to right field. A guest on the show last week, which we haven't had a chance to post yet, but that'll be tomorrow's morning's task. Talked about graphics, talked about baseball and his past and everything else. We talked about the WBCL, or he called it something else, but I was just like, okay. Yeah.
Well, you talked a couple weeks ago how you were excited to have him on the show, and I'm glad that it was finally able to come to fruition.
Yeah, and we talked for like 25 minutes on the show, and then like it had to be an hour and a half out. Just exchanging ideas and, how thought processes on various things, and he inducted me into the YouTube University as far as Photoshop goes, so
Yeah.
I sent him a text message Friday, you exploded my mind, now I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Now I'm screwed.
Yeah. Well, congrats to Mr. Luther on that first home run.
Our games are, of course, a 5 o'clock start in Kitchener at Jack Couch Park. That should be getting underway in about 45 minutes. Maple Leafs and Panthers. And then Barrie Baycats and Guelph Royals, which is still not on the schedule yet, but hopefully will be at some point, or somebody's going to have a heck of a time scoring that game.
A rematch from the finals.
Yep.
Last year. I'm always happy to hear about the out-of-town scoreboard, but I'm glad I haven't been as desperate to this week.
Nope.
We've had something of an entertaining game here ourselves.
Oh, misses outside, and the count is 1-1 on Bernardo. How's the Freezy going down?
Fantastic, thank you.
Awesome. We'll try not to give myself a brain freeze in the half inning.
Yeah, I should have been more patient.
Big swing and a miss. Bernardo goes around on that one. 1-2 the count. 10-2 is your score if you're just jumping in. Cardinals have found their bats, at least for the afternoon, and been able to do a lot better job of batting with runners in scoring position today.
Not just hitting for average with runners in scoring position. They've had 3 home runs with RISP today.
Bernardo hits the liner up to the middle. Fergaro up with it, flips to second. They'll get the force out, and that'll end the inning. But the Cardinals do what the Cardinals can do here in the 6th. And it's now a 10-2 ball game here on Cable 14.
10-2 for your Cardinals as we head to the top of the 7th inning.
All right, Hamilton, I am with Nathan and Dorothy, and they're getting ready to do some pizza stacking. Give it up for my friends down here. All right, boys, you know the drill. We're going to be running the other way. See the guys with the pizza boxes? You're going to run there. They're going to stack you. Then you're going to come right to me. I am the finish line. We got it? We're good? Here we go. All right. Get set. Go! Way to go, guys! Let's go! Here we go. We're about to add more pizzas. Oh my goodness, Mason! Come on, Dorothy, you can get it. Way to go, Mason! Come on, Dorothy, you can go, you can go! Way to go! Great job, guys! Give it up for my friends down here!
Now on the mound for your Cardinals, number 19, Corbin Peters.
Top of the 7th inning here at Burning Arbor Stadium on Cable 14. I'm Neil Shirwaza. Matt Crilly on the call with you. 10-2 is the score. The Cardinals bats have awoken here on a Sunday afternoon for the first time this year. And Coburn Peters takes over on the hill. You know, with a relaxing 8-run lead here. Just has to go out there and throw strikes and make these guys hit the baseball.
A very rare low leverage outing for Corbin. Not often that he's coming into a low pressure situation, but he hasn't thrown in a while.
Yep.
And once again, happy belated to Corbin. His birthday was on Friday.
It was. Big swing and a miss by Ty Mosher, evens the count at 1-1.
The Ottawa boy with the 4th of July birthday. It's a nice piece of juxtaposition there.
That is. Sorry we didn't get you a win.
I'm sure all will be forgiven with today, at least in his mind.
Mosher flares this one into the outfield. Going to be caught by Pena in left. Stuck in there to back him up. One away.
Stepping up to the plate, the leading man of the game, center fielder number 96, Toby Simmons.
Just because it's an 8-run lead, folks, doesn't mean the weenie man takes any days off.
No, it does not.
Simmons has already given the people what they wanted once with a strikeout in the top half of inning number 1 to lead off the ball game, but he's reached base both times since.
Yeah, a pair of singles and a run scored, 2 stolen bases. Must have looked at the leaderboard and realized, hey, wait a minute, I don't have a lead on the stolen bases anymore? Like, come on. I got to correct that.
Something's got to be done about that.
I think he was in second place going into action today.
Who was first again?
I think Mateo Power Stellato had 12. I'm double checking that right now.
He started late.
Yep.
Testament, if anything, to how well he can reach base.
Well, Jackfish like to run when they don't have a huge lead. And that one is almost caught by Nickel, but unfortunately will be a base hit for Mr. Simmons. He's aboard again here. His third hit of the contest.
Stepping up to the plate, the shortstop, number 6, Francisco Fajardo.
Francisco Fajardo will be the batter now. Walked his last time up. And grounded out.
Once again, like to extend my thanks to Sam for that press box freezy. Took me back. I haven't had one of those in too long.
Well, we usually have a box up to the home, and they're usually pretty fast. There's a ground ball. Tommy Reyes crews up with it, throws to second for one, on to first. In time, the twin killing. Corbin Peters works a solid inning here in the 7th inning, and we're at the 7th inning stretch here at Bernie Arbor Stadium. Your Cardinals leading by 8. It's 10-2 here on Cable 14.
It is time to get on your feet if you're able and stretch it out for the 7th inning stretch.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com, because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Bernie Arbor Stadium. Luis Bernardo coming to the plate. The Cardinals up by 8 on the majors, 10-2. Neil Sriwaswa, Matt Creeley on the call here on Cable 14. Again, thank you so much for tuning in on your Sunday afternoon. Hope you're staying cool wherever you may be watching. I know Bernie is probably roasting in that costume down there, but doing yeoman service, entertaining the kids in the 7th inning, and Emily looks like she definitely needs a cold beverage as well.
Yeah. Luckily for the Cardinals, though, the bats are hot too now.
Yes, they are. As Bernardo watches that one inside from Jonathan Hendry. Guessing it's Jared Lund down there, but I could be wrong.
I think you're right.
Yes, it's Lund by that delivery.
Yeah, the delivery gave it right away.
I know that delivery all too well.
Well, as a shorter guy, but the extension down that mound, he really maximizes the step with the plant foot.
Well, he single-handedly beat the Silver Creeks for an elimination tournament game not so long ago. Both teams, of course, went to the Nationals that year. Silver Creeks came away with the silver medal that year when it was with St. Thomas. Bernardo holds back on that one, and the count is 3-1 now.
I've seen to my left, looking at the grandstand, Brendan Daly's family roaming up and down the stairs. Brendan hit his first IBL home run last night as one of the few positive points of that blowout loss at Guelph. one of the best guys around in this league. And
Oh, no question.
huge congrats to Brennan, well deserved.
Yeah.
Took us to the deepest part of the yard too.
Yeah, it wasn't a short porch shot, that's for sure.
No.
That's a left center field. That's like 408, like it's 365 to dead center, and then it's 408 to the corner, so it's somewhere in between there. So it's a shot.
And speak of the devil, he's on deck. Didn't start the game, but it looks like he'll be pitch hitting for Yoki Pena. Another thing you may have noticed about the Cardinals lineup today is John Slaza was given another day off. Jaden Brown, on the flip side, just had to get in there somehow.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Salazzo had a family day thing or a family thing going on yesterday or not. But
Don't know either. In any case,
well-deserved day off, a weekend away here for this conductor.
Yep. I know for Brown the results have kind of been hot and cold, but he's a guy who just feels like he's due more than anybody else to break out. He's running the lowest batting average balls in play on the team, under 300, but he's second in hard hit rate behind Tyler Duncan. Something's got to give there.
Al misses upstairs. The count is 2-2 now.
Part of Brown's problem this year, as you saw in his second plate appearance, is the hard ground ball outs. He's again kind of drill a hole in the ground there. Hard hit balls don't do you much good when you're just hitting them straight into the dirt, but if he can figure out how to put it in the air, we've all seen what he can do.
Yeah. Cardinals definitely playing their station here, and unless Luis decided, Tommy decided he didn't want him to have to steal another base here.
Yeah.
But we are also up 8-8, so As you were saying, Mr. Brown just about put that one.
Are you kidding me?
I think we reversed the curse, my friend. So we have to do the exact same thing next time? Is that how this works?
Get ready for Filet-O-Fish again next Sunday.
Oh, man. The kids in the Silver Creek's going to be laughing. The guys I used to coach are going to be laughing. It's back. It's back. The Filet-O-Fish curse returns. Oh, man.
This is...
It's a good thing I like them, though. It's a good thing I like.
This is nearly 2 months of broadcaster's curse getting single-handedly undone today. Jaden Brown got that pitch up and in, and he got his contact point out front there and crushed it fair down the left field line. That was, you knew it had the distance. It was just a question of whether it was fair, and fair it was.
Yeah, because down the left field line, it also joints in. The corner kind of comes in more, too, so it's hard to see from here. It's only 300 down the line, but it's 328 down the right field line and 405 in center, which is the second highest in the league. One's lines the middle. A great stop by Dre Amaral. Amaral with going flat out there, and it's a 12-2 ball game, but hey, tip the cap to Dre Amaral on that play.
Tough luck for Daly there. He trying to keep the good vibes rolling after his first career home run yesterday. Pinch hitting for Yoki Pena, who's getting a well-deserved sit now after that grand slam. And he takes a pitch middle away and spears at Oppo. He's been making some encouraging contact of late with the playing time he has been getting, but Amaral said no, sir.
No, sir. 12-2 is the score here over the majors. Cardinals in front by a lot. It's been a long time since we said that.
Am I dreaming?
A long time since we said that. Nickel works with a 1-0 count. Make that 2-0 now. Just one away here in the Cardinals' 7th inning. Putting up lots of runs since the 4th inning.
One thing I think you can take pride in if you're the Cardinals is it's not like, despite the deficit, London's been throwing out their B-listers.
No.
Ring, Henry are two relievers that have been throwing some high leverage innings.
Yep.
And they're still doing damage. Is that a
garbage can, or is that somebody's drum?
Oh, mark the sign, guys. Got a drum.
Oh, okay then. Here we go.
Center fielder number 5, Tyler Duncan.
I wonder why we're only hearing it now, when the score is what it is.
I don't know.
Either way, That thing better be here come playoff time.
Yes. It's like get him a whole spot down there. Just a little bit further down from the microphone, though.
It could have easily been a garbage can.
Yep. Well, that's probably why Jenny moved, because that's where the big guy's sitting. Yeah.
Well, at least Bernardo's staying cool. Heading out to talk to Chris Piano over at third base there for a second. Got the cold towel on his head.
Yep. Probably negotiating, hey, am I coming back out there, or are we putting Young in? Or what's the plan here? Duncan didn't go around on that one. Catcher had to find the umpire to appeal to. Looking down at third and going, oh, there's no umpire there.
Thanks, guys. I know it's second.
1-2 offering to Duncan. It's fouled away off to the screen here to our left. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Just one away here in the Cardinals' 7th inning. They've already scored 2 runs in this inning. 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 5th, 4 in the 5th. Sorry, 5 in the 4th, and 1 in the 1st. Trying to read that one backwards for some reason.
Well, sometimes you got to go reverse, Cron.
Yep. Duncan hits this one to left field, but it's going to go foul and out of play.
Look out, Silver Stands.
Those things must be like fire.
Yeah, if you don't have an umbrella.
Yeah.
And
thankfully, the diehards definitely have the umbrellas today.
Yeah.
They came prepared, as did Jenny. She brought both out of the car.
A lot of umbrellas. No, folks, not rainy.
No.
Just,
that'd be a nice little, not a merch item to get, you know. They used to have the Blue Jay helmet hats. They were into umbrellas way back in the good old days. But
yeah.
I don't know, maybe we get a Cardinal one. Or at least a Cardinal red and black one, and, you know, put the Cardinal logo on it. Or the big hammer logo.
Possibilities are endless.
Duncan hits this one down the line again, but it's going to go foul and out of play. And somebody's going to play rock, paper, scissors in the bullpen to pick it up.
Duncan is about to see pitch number 8 of this at-bat. The count's not even full.
It's making Henry work, that's for sure. It's just 2-2 on the count. Got him that time, though, as Henry gets to the punch out. Duncan goes down swinging. There's 2 away now. And Carlos Dominguez will be the batter now. 2 hit by pitches, a walk, and a home run somewhere in there in between with 2 runs scored. He's just hoping not to get hit with another baseball.
Yeah, I think the objective here is pretty clear.
Yep. Hit the baseball, don't get hit by it. Watches that one in there for a strike. On the air half. Dominguez hits this one out to third baseman. Niles up with it. Long throw will be in time to get the out. And that'll end the inning. But the Cardinals add a couple more runs on. Now lead by an even 10 here. I guess it's not even. But still, it's 10 runs anyways here on Cable 14.
My first professional glove, that's the one I remember the most. When I was coming up, even though it wasn't that long ago, having your name on a glove was a big deal.
number 7, Drew Mainprize. Now the catcher for your Cardinals, number 34, Russell Young. And in left field, number 97, Brendan Daly.
Top of the 8th inning here at Bernie Arbor Stadium. The Cardinals up by 10 here. It's 12-2 as they're taking on the London Majors. Wholesale changes on the defense for the Cardinals. Drew Mainprize takes over on the hill. Russell Young behind the plate, and Brendan Daly stays in the ballgame and goes to the left field for Yoki Pena.
Hey, you spoke it into existence, Neil. And Russell Young is, in fact, coming in for Luis Bernardo. And it makes sense, straight swap in left field. Of course, Daly pinch hit for Pena, so that makes sense.
Yep. Cardinals have been on the run. He's going to make the catch in front of Dominguez. And there's one away. Two away now in the inning. Champ Gardner now, the batter, another pinch hitter. Group's just going to empty the bench a little bit here and give guys a little break and a chance to rehydrate a little bit and maybe hit the showers early.
Can you tell who's coaching third base for London? He's chopping it up with the Cardinal dugout.
I'm thinking I want to say it's Piano.
I was going to say the same thing.
This one's flared to center field, but that's going to end the inning. Champ Gardner flies out to Duncan, and that's the inning. Yeah, I think it's Piano.
Yeah.
It's for height and everything else, but he doesn't have the glasses on today, so it's not. You can't give himself away here.
Oh, he just gave a big hug to Tommy. That might give it away.
Yeah, that might give it away. Yeah, Victor's a great guy. I have a lot of fun talking to him, and it's not English, but it's it's usually hand signals and everything else. And
yeah.
Smile on his face. But we have a lot of fun with that. Of course, the kids, like everything else, when they made that big post on Instagram and everything else, they mentioned everything. We've visited various parks. We've had the opportunity to work in over the years. We're just down to one we haven't been to yet, which is Chatham Kent. So, might happen, might not this year, because again, it's just how the schedule works out. And we have to find a Sunday, or we have to find either a Saturday they're playing at home. Yeah. And we don't have the Cardinals game on a Sunday.
Yeah. The two ingredients necessary for that one.
Because we just can't, I don't want to make, we're going to stay overnight. We don't have to race back here to Hamilton for 2 o'clock.
It is far.
Yeah.
Perfect for showing off your skills on the golf course. Until then, go Cards.
So that's the plan. Or maybe we'll find a Tiger game on a Saturday afternoon. They're playing a Sunday. We don't have a Cardinals game. Kill two birds with this stone. Jenny and I both have passports. Why not just go across the bridge?
Yeah.
Taking a game of Comerica and, going out.
It is a nice park down there, Comerica.
Jared Lund is on the hill for the Majors here to wrap up the home half of the 8th inning. St. Thomas native. An avid listener, frequent listener on the IBL Inside Pitch podcast. So he stopped me in the parking lot when they were here for the school game and said, yeah, listen to the pod. Listen to it on the way home today.
Huh.
I'm like, okay, cool.
There you go.
There you go. It's a lot of fun. We get a chance to work with Brady Farrington and Mark Perry and just have some fun and, add insight and try not to sound stupid. And we're going to have to find out what Gil Rendon has made my nickname. Because he's apparently told to Mark. I wouldn't tell Mark what his was, and I wouldn't tell Braden what his was either. So Gil apparently recorded what it was Thursday night when the Barnstormers were in Kitchener.
Huh. Well, I wonder what's going to come of that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried. Something really bad. Like Sandbox or something, you know.
Why is that the first place your mind goes?
Because that's what my nickname was all the way through grade school. Because we had my best friend's name was Neil as well. So, you know, his mom called me Sandbox because I always had sand in my pocket when I was at her house. I don't know how I had sand in my pockets. I had sand in my pocket.
It happens.
You know, so it was Neil. We both spelled our name the same way, so it wasn't Neil with an I and an A or anything. So it was just, okay, you're Sandbox and you're Neil. And that's how it stuck to like grade 5.
Well, some of those nicknames get such longevity for the weirdest reasons.
Thank you, Mrs. Ince. That one misses low for a ball. Count 2-2.
Jared London, the game for London, as you said. Lefty with a funky delivery, 5'9", lots of extension down the mound. Career 7.05 ERA and 74 IBL appearances, 73 strikeouts, but 53 walks.
It's pretty much rolled into what Braden Farrington's role was last year with his team.
Mm-hmm.
Setting up things for Skylar Janice.
Yeah.
That one misses inside, and then her walk for the Cardinals today. I would say one thing about the Cardinals' approach today. It's been a lot more patient at the plate, a lot more, you know, let's work these counts rather than jumping on first pitch, what we've been seeing so much of late, which is kind of concerning. But now today, it just seems like, you know, they've been a lot more patient, a lot more willing to work things into situations. You know, wear a couple more pitches and work some walks in here.
Yeah, 100%. And I think they learned a lot yesterday in Guelph. There were a lot of ill-advised first pitch swings and something you got to clean up. And then you have London coming into town, and they're a good team, but their starting pitcher, who's usually dominant, is off his game, and they let themselves get into good counts before doing all the damage. And, well, lo and behold, 12 runs on the board.
Nick Veloci taking over at first base for Tanner Rempel. So we'll see more defensive changes in the ninth. That one's fouled off by Russell Young.
That's Remp there. I think it was Kados he took over for.
Kados, sorry. I got a batter ahead of myself here.
Huh.
I need to fix my score sheet. It's a good thing nobody looks at the scribble other than me. Because it's scribble.
Isn't every great baseball scorebook, though?
Yeah, usually. As Rempel lines this one to center field here, and that one is in trouble. Caught. Actually, no, it's not. It bounced off. Ground rule double. Rempel almost goes to the deepest part of the park here.
Yeah.
A few more feet to the left, Tanner, you got yourself a round tripper.
Stepping up to the plate, the catcher, number 34.
But again, off the Lagershed sign almost, so, you know, they're all working, hitting where they work.
Yeah.
Making sure Lagershed gets a few more seconds of screen timer.
Yeah, Duncan hit Eric's varsity high school football sign, and then Tanner said, I'll do you one better.
Yep.
And lob one up there to the banner of our other place of employment.
I got to play that varsity football. Maybe I'm going to ask Eric for a code or something, but yeah, we'll have to play that one. Mind you, I haven't really played anything in 3 months, so this little thing called baseball is taking over. Like, I think I walk up to the office going, I'm going to play something, and realize, oh yeah, there's a game on, or something else, and, you know, I look at the Post-it notes on the side of the wall going, yeah, I got to do this, and this still, so throw 3 hours into it, and it's like 3 hours turns to 4, and it's like, oh, it's time for bed. So, you know, the games have not happened. There's a ground ball comebacker. Sorry, not a comebacker, a ground ball to the third baseman. Fielded cleanly, run comes across. It's now 13-2 for the Cardinals.
And you see the changes there on that play for the London Majors defensively. Maves came into the game at second base. Fajardo stays at short. And then Dre Emerald goes over to third.
Yep. The Swiss Army knife getting another chance at third. Good stop by Bowman there. Great job by Nate keeping all the changes clear and point streak.
Yeah, right on. It can get messy with all those pinch hitters, but Nate is on the ball as he always is. Just saw Chris Piano point to the dugout at somebody and then point back to Tommy Reyes-Cruz, so almost as if to say, hey, if he gets on, you're running.
Yeah.
We can't see who it is, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. sure Tommy would like to hit the road at a decent hour, too.
Yeah, he's got to be on his way back.
How does he drive down all the way down, or does he fly down? Does he take the train? What's he do? Like,
Well, usually, I think it's been a little bit of everything. He was driving down at the start, and then I heard a couple weeks ago it was a bus.
okay.
And then this week,
I heard that Luis Bernardo had to go pick him up from the airport, but
Okay.
that could have been the bus, because sometimes the bus just goes to the airport.
Yeah.
So, jury's still out on that one.
All right, well-
Tommy's going to exercise every mode of transportation
Well, exactly.
possible, I'm sure, by the time this season's up.
We might have to give Tommy a Via Rail sponsorship or something, or Air Miles or WestJet, something. Hey, if you're listening at home, guys, hook that guy up.
Yeah. Any connections with Via Rail and such, we got a guy for you.
Yeah, I know the Maple Leafs used to give away a Via Rail pass to anywhere in Canada, every home game. So, as Tommy unloads on that one, into the gap here.
What is happening?
The ball is just flying today.
Tommy What?
They don't serve food on that flight, but he's definitely going to ask for one.
Oh, my goodness.
15-2 now. Yeah, the fillet of fish is now the official pregame snack.
I hope you liked it.
Yeah.